1.
For a moment, I thought you were doing like the thing that you're supposed to do on TV, where you don't say 2 and 1. You just have the finger signs.
You would not be able to see that, though.
I know, but that doesn't change the fact that that's where my brain went.
Everyone just sitting here like, when do we do the thing?
Yeah. If you want to zoom in, Danielle, you can fill the Twitch window in the overlay with the school building.
I don't like zooming in on Roll20 because I'm just...
I mean, that's going to make reading some stuff later tricky, but you're so valid on the same. All right, let's do the thing. We've got some people in the chat already. Oh, have we sent out the tweet that we
Yes,
live?
I did. I saw Philo already retweeted it because Philo is a bro.
All right. How are we doing in chat? You all good?
Can you hear everybody all right? Let me know if not, because I have the power.
Let us know in the comments down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Smash
Oh my god.
bell.
Actually, you should, in general.
Also, actually, that's a good thing.
Unironically.
Chat, does everybody sound sort of equal volume with each other? Is there anyone that's particularly loud or quiet? Like, give us a shout out and let us know. Look, guys, it's 7 minutes past 11 on a Friday night, and I'm having to caffeinate. So,
oh my god,
all bets
Jade!
are off.
Jade, Jesus Christ!
All bets are off, children. All right. Do mods have the power to kick other mods out?
Everyone, just go. Don't pay attention to him.
It's a shame we
That's
have
easy
to-
enough.
Well, I'm
we have
currently
to
logged into
all-
the Standing Stones Twitch, so I could ban him if I needed to.
All right. But yeah, we got some people here. I suppose I should do a heckin' intro. That's how these things work.
Heckin'.
A heckin' intro. No mods, no kings. Yes, we're like, quite right. Hi, folks, and welcome to this Standing Stones Pride live stream. We are a podcast guild devoted to character-driven stories, communal world-building, and having fun with friends. And tonight we're doing just that to celebrate Pride Month and to raise some money for Advancement Project, who are a next-generation racial justice and civil rights organisation inspiring and supporting national and local movements towards a just democracy. You can find us at Stones_Standing on Twitter and Advancement Project at ADV_project and advancementproject.org. And tonight we're going to be playing Monsterhearts by Avery Alder, a game about the messy lives of teenagers who are secretly monsters. By the time they hit adolescence, most people have gotten over their fear of the dark. They spend their midnight hour on gushy phone calls, diary ramblings, and wet dreams. They fall asleep peacefully, assured that the shadows hold no monsters. But the shadows do hold monsters. You know because you're one of them. Wickedness dwells within your heart. Hunger courses through your veins. High school weighs on you, and teen drama puts you on edge. But you have power. What will you do next? To which end, playing the part of our monster teens, we have with us this evening Anya.
Hey, what do you want from me?
Tell the people where to find you on Twitter and your pronouns.
Oh, we're doing that. I don't tell you about my person yet. Okay.
Yeah, I figure we'll do that as we'll meet in scene. It'll be real slick and efficient. I am not drunk. I am just sugared and late up.
Oh,
I
buddy.
feel alcohol will be a bad combination with that. Please carry on.
You'll get to listen to my cats fight. I'm Anya. My pronouns are they, them. I'm in the world's loudest, most echoiest room. And you can find the nothing I post on Twitter at AKA Anya.
So Brian said at the
Am I being detained? Oh, it's cute that you think I'm slick. Thank you.
Don't you dare. You shut your whore mouth. Stop comparing Jade to a cop. Jade never.
Well, Jade's just a host of like a game show, and I'm just very overly anxious.
And or lost.
So valid. Also, you've heard them, but August is here.
Hi, I'm August. You can find me on Twitter at Harpydora, and you can follow the leader at FPLcast, and my pronouns are they, them.
We've got Danielle.
Hi, I'm Danielle, and I'm being attacked by my 130-pound dog. I use she, her pronouns. And you can find me on Twitter at RedtailedHawk90.
And we have Mab.
Hi, I'm Mab. You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr at Little Lady Mab. I am one of the donation incentives. And
Oh my God.
is attacking me. My cat loves me and is sitting at my feet like a good girl.
Also, Mab,
She, her pronouns. Yes, me.
this is history. This is the first time you and I have played a game together.
Oh my God, is it?
Yeah.
Stones bringing people together.
Oh
So much.
Oh my God!
And I'm Jade. I'm the host and the MC for this evening's proceedings. You can find me on Twitter at Jade Oxford Rose, and my pronouns remain they, them. I'm going to get into mechanics and our donation incentives in just a moment, but before that, going to go over our lines and veils for this evening. Avery's always done really good safety mechanics baked in. A lot of us play together on the regular, but just obviously want to put those out there for you, our listeners and watchers. So if anything isn't your thing or isn't a line that we've established, then you know that maybe today's not for you. But we'll hope you'll stay, if only for the blisteringly quality content going on in the Twitch chat. Our lines, which are things we absolutely do not want to see, are racism, sexism, transphobia, homophobia, violence against children, sexual assault, domestic violence or intimate partner violence, emotional abuse, claustrophobia, drowning, suffocation, and romantic or intimate relationships between teachers and students. And our veils, which are things we're fine with addressing, but we'll just fade to black on, are steamy situations, terminal illness, pandemics, self-harm, and graphic descriptions of bodily harm. Just going to state from the top, although we're playing high schoolers, everybody is 18 or up. So if our kids get into trouble, I keep calling them kids, but you know, they are technically
They're
adults.
babies.
They're still developing brain
They're still
things.
developing, but it's more like the nature of the game and monstrous characters. Like nobody picked werewolf, for example, but violence is a possibility. But in terms of rating, like we've talked about Riverdale, that's a comparison that's probably going to come up a lot during this stream. Not sorry.
I didn't know I had homework.
Oh God. Oh no, I didn't even think about homework.
And just to clarify a little, with regards to the students and teachers thing, students can have crushes on teachers. We're not writing that off, but if that does happen and they confess, teachers will be shutting that shit down. I'm hoping I don't have to play a teacher too much this evening. I want to get in on the. I was gonna say I want to get in on the teen action. Sounds so bad. Sounds so bad.
The only teacher in this high school is Izzy Falkman, and they are so tired.
Wait, you mean the principal isn't Stanton?
Oh my God.
Well, the the canon is being established around me. I guess
Stanton has been a principal before.
Yeah, we're making really deep cuts here.
Yeah. Hope you caught us
Quite
on our very first
principal.
Halloween one.
I also want to underscore that the X card is in use during this game. If we need it, just hit that in the voice text channel. If we need to pause, take a step back, cut anything from the record, and we'll be doing regular check-ins. As and when I remind you, please don't be afraid to message me and go, Jade, please.
What?
It was all
What?
good?
Sorry. Sorry. Iris managed to unscrew the lid of some pipe thread sealant, and I don't understand how.
I also want to make a note that there is a move in the system called Turn Someone On. It's baked into the mechanics of the system that people aren't necessarily straight, although they may be presumed to do so. And with regards to being a teenager and developing sexuality, people can do this move and it doesn't necessarily mean anything. And how you choose to act on it is entirely down to you. But if the move is successful, that is how it goes. There is rules if your character is asexual. If that comes up in play, let me know. It's in the it's page 25 in the full game PDF. It's 48 looking at the numbers, but like if you're scrolling it in the spreads view, it's page 25. Which I really appreciate that Avery baked in that if your character doesn't experience sexual attraction, there is a variant on the rule, so you are not obliged to react. So, and that way, asexuality has not been erased because it's Pride Month and ace people are part of the queer community, and fuck off anybody that says otherwise. Okay. Here's the time. I'm going to go through incentives. Please give us money. And by us, I mean please help us support this great charity advancement project. We have a bunch as well. We've got some that are specific to this game of Monsterhearts. For $10, you can give a player advantage on a roll. We're using a powered by the apocalypse system.
Pallid.
2d6 plus stat. Advantage means you get to give them 3d6 and they can take the two highest.
Ow.
Alternatively, oh no.
Tiny cat has very sharp claws, and I'm wearing shorts.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Alternatively, if you don't like the characters very much or you want them to suffer, you can,
Rude.
for $10, impose disadvantage.
I know none of you would do that to us because you love us.
But yes. Brian, if you want to join the chat and be standing on call, I will summon you if need be, okay?
Pay $20 to get to the NPC Brian S. Stanton. On
Actually, there is well, you mentioned that, Mab. For $20, a wild NPC can appear. You'll meet some people as we go along that I've established, or you can come up with somebody new, or you can pull somebody from FTL canon or Room Where It Happened canon. However, please be kind. I have yet to listen to Loom. I only know so much, so the Loom NPCs are a little bit of a mystery to me, so I cannot speak to how accurate to canon any portrayals may be. For $15, you can also buy a string for a character to have on somebody else, and strings are one of the main mechanics of Monsterhearts. Strings can be used to tempt somebody to do what you want, to give them a condition, to add one to your roll against them, or add one to the harm you deal to them. Strings are powerful, and if you want to give somebody a leg up, $15 will get that. And then our general incentives, our rolling incentives that are there throughout the entire month that we're doing these streams. You can pay to get Mab to write something for you. This is for $20. You can get a drabble of up to 500 words, though will stack to $40 if you want 1,000 words. Though for $75, you can get 2,000 words from Mab. That's a lot. The details of what fandoms and everything are in the incentives, so have a look at that if that's something that you want. Really, I would go for it. For $30, I will record up to 5 minutes of audio for you. Despite how my current state of being might lead you to think otherwise, I am actually quite competent at talking into a microphone and will record a thing of your choosing. For $50, Brian will hand forge some dice for you, some D6s. They always roll high, apparently. That sounds good to me. And lastly, for $100, you can get an original drawing from Sam. Just give us the details in the donation box, and we will get that to you. That's our incentives. But yeah. So at any point, just sling a donation our way. We're keeping tabs. We've got the nice little ticker on the Twitch overlay, so you'll be able to see. Please help us support this great charity. And lastly, I just wanted to share the agenda for Monsterhearts, as opposed to the queer agenda, which is just what we're living day to day.
Well, today we made meatloaf.
Oh,
Good
tasty.
shit.
It was
I'm
using
gonna watch
ginger.
Artemis Fowl and get drunk after this. Cheers.
But it's literally just a 4-part agenda that I, as the MC, and the players will share, which is make each main character's life not boring, keep the story feral, say what the rules demand, and say what honesty demands. And that's it. So we're going to get into this, and the players are going to introduce their characters as they show up. So we'll go from there. Oh, and yes, I believe it is Mab that is matching the first $100 of donations today. It is you, right, Mab?
Yeah,
I know
it's
somebody.
me.
It is. I knew somebody was matching. Thank you for the reminder. But yeah. So, despite all our preparation the other ways, as is the way with many a role-playing game session, we did not name the town.
Sunnydale.
Sunny Peaks. Got them both.
Nice.
Cloudy
Sunny
Peaks, because we're in the Pacific Northwest.
There
Cloudy
you go.
Peaks.
Yeah.
Cloudy Peaks Dale.
Twindales. Our
I
ears are Dale and
actually
Dale.
kind of like Twindale.
Twindales reminds me of Dale Earnhardt Jr.
That just means we get double the Agent Dale Cooper.
The ghost of
Yes.
Twindale. Oh, I'm the ghost of Twindale.
All right, it's the city of Twindales. I like it. It's good. So, the camera pans over many trees, so many trees. God, is there anything other than trees? Yes, there is. There is a road, a winding road that takes us into a town. The early morning rain has ceased, but it's still a cloudy sky as the camera weaves through the homes and shops and arrives at one of the oldest buildings in town, Alderbrook High School. The pavement outside covered in puddles as students start to make their way in for school on this dreary Monday morning with Valentine's Day just around the corner.
Oh
Because
no, that's the year. I didn't realize. I thought you were doing after. That's fine.
no, because nobody objected to before. And
That just means I misread the sentence.
I
No,
purposefully did not object.
because we have some fun things established between our characters and NPCs, so why not use that to our advantage? Camera pans through hallways and into just one of many classrooms. It's about 15 minutes before the bell. I didn't go to an American high school, but judging by the writing on certain dramas that I've watched, I think a lot of writers didn't go to American high schools, quite frankly, but that doesn't stop them telling stories. Are any of your characters already at school or in the classroom? Or, I should be clear, which of your characters arrives first? There is already a student sat in the classroom. Really sort of average-looking white guy with messy black hair that covers his hangs down into his eyes, just flicking through a textbook of some kind.
Nerd. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't say that. I'm early-ish. I don't know if I would be second one in the classroom early, but
There could be maybe a couple of other people there. Tell you what, this is going to give a spoiler for some of the NPCs showing up, but let's drag you guys over to the homeroom so we can see your seats.
I forgot how cute
Hey, cutie.
Eloisa is.
He hasn't been fed.
She's got a pout to her. Like,
Yeah. Me looking at all of them, I forgot how cute they all were.
they're all very
You're
cute.
gonna have to. I think you have to zoom out to about 60% to get everybody's faces in.
So you told me to zoom in earlier. Now I gotta zoom
I
out
did.
again.
You know what?
See-
I'm a hard taskmaster.
I would like
You will
to
learn
know.
this.
I want to know why I have to reset it to names only every time I log into Roll20.
Because if
because
it's
on a per game basis.
yeah.
All right.
I mean, since Aster sits at the back, she might want to be there early, and it's also not like she has much else to do.
All right. So, do you want to introduce your character then? Explain who they are, what they look like, and it's right there on the overlay, but you can tell the people what skin you're playing for anyone that's listening to this audio rather than being here live in the moment.
Yeah. So Aster is the ghost skin. Last name is a mystery. She may even be distancing from it or not entirely sure what it is anymore. Length of death, I think, is still nebulous. Not sure how long ago she died. She uses she, they pronouns. She has hollow eyes covered completely with bangs, as you can see. And her style is out of place. Her origin is a tragic accident. And then I guess, what else would you like to know?
Would you read the bit of italics from the ghost skin? I'm going to get everybody to do this. I'm not just picking on you. Just the
Is it
text.
the part that's under your backstory?
No,
I have to go to the thing. Sorry.
Yeah. That's
Let me scroll because I was not there. I was on my character sheet.
no worries.
Where is the ghost?
It's
Look,
page
I'm gonna
5
ramble.
in the references. If you've got the full references PDF, if not, I can quickly copy and paste it to you.
Yeah, because I am in the full version.
I don't know where those are in there. They are.
That's fine. I'll just go back to the other one where it's very easy to find. Because
yeah, I'm going to stop obnoxiously clicking next to the microphone. My apologies to the listeners.
Sorry, everyone. Reference. There we go. Okay. I thought I had everything open, and I was wrong. Okay, so the flavor text for the ghost is: you used to have a future. Growing up was a painful tumult. That could be said several ways at times. But at least you were growing. Now you only have a past, unfinished business to take care of before you can leave this world behind. Life is precious. You understand that now that you've lost yours. You just want to help. You just want to be seen. But sometimes even the simplest desires feel so difficult to grasp. Ghosty ghost, you're dead. I'm dead.
Does it say what?
It says that. Yes.
So I appreciate the
those are the last 4 lines.
I appreciate the laughter that Anya might have just been riffing, because to be fair, I could see that. Right.
So yeah, I'm dead, but most people don't know that. We'll get into who does later.
Alrighty. Who arrives next?
I'll probably roll up next.
All right, Matt.
I actually have to pull up my character sheet because I didn't do that. All right. I'll be playing the Infernal Playbook. Her name is Shu Lu Pei. Uses she/her pronouns. Her look is a quiet look and burning eyes. She's tall and willowy with long, pin-straight black hair. I don't know what I'm reading off. Ooh. I've got a dark and mysterious dark power hanging over me. Flavor text in the book is, at first, it seems innocent. It gave you things and made you feel good about yourself. You came to it with your problems and it fixed them. When you asked how you could return the favor, it told you to be patient. Someone just left the call.
Oh, news reconnecting.
Okay. That all debts would be settled in due time. That was the first time you heard it mention debts. You've got Satan as your corner man, or a demon in your brain, or maybe the stars glow just for you. Regardless, you owe a debt to something much bigger and scarier than you'll ever be. So she has a nice and totally friendly dark power that we, there's nothing wrong with him. His name is, was it Carve? Is that how you pronounce it? Perfect. He of Primal Chaos and the Hunt. All you TMA fans out there. Avatar
are you okay? Yep.
Speaking of wild animals,
Yep, that was one of them.
That was one of them. Dark and mysterious dark, yes.
Come on,
It's
get out of
true.
here.
Oh, why is okay. Anyway, what else do you need from me?
Um,
What else would you like me to say?
do you interact with anybody yet? I'd say maybe a couple more people have arrived. So in the classroom, as well as Don and Asta, I feel like Louisa is probably there already. August, do you want to say what Louisa looks like?
So she's kind of mousy. Um she's got long brownish hair. Um she definitely looks like she's anxious. Um and as you can see, she's the type of person to sit in the front of the room.
I'm trying to think of any other of these individuals that may have arrived yet. I feel like a certain clutch of them are going to just show up at the same time by virtue of the playbook.
No, one of them would not.
Oh, okay. Please clarify for me.
Parker would definitely be there before the bell,
Mhm.
because he is an honors student. Um, so he
Sweet baby
uses
boy.
he uses he/they pronouns. He is a little chubby, got brown hair. I don't remember if I gave him freckles in that pick crew, but he should definitely have freckles. Um, and for those of you who are unfamiliar with Parker, he's just like very happy to be in any general location for the most part. He's the embodiment of I'm just happy to be here, y'all.
Tragically, he is not who August is playing today. That's my job. I get to play Parker today. Um, but he's here. Hey Danielle, when does Sear show up?
Sear probably
Is he
shows up early, mid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Sear is not a bird in this universe. His name is Tobias Sear. Goes written Tseer on his wrestling jersey, and so he just goes by Sear now. He's small and like rail thin.
You say that in the chat, Brian, like we hadn't had a long conversation between Danielle and I about whether or not we were going to play him for this. How we could rip the werewolf playbook.
Yep,
It was considered.
it was. He's
It's still
got
happening. Who knows?
kind of like a grayish blue almost hair, and he's just a small fighty boy.
When Sear shows up, with him is a short, on the side of two skinny, non-binary person with long red hair. It's a little brassy looking, with a streak of black at their temples. Tends to be wearing a scarf. This is Evie, who uses they/them pronouns. The two of them are sort of talking as they come in before going to their respective desks. When does Vines show up, Mab?
You know, a little bit before the bell, long enough that it seems casual, but also with a good safety window, because who knows how likely she is to get distracted in the hallways coming over. So the sooner she's in the seat, she knows at least she won't be late.
I would have to. MK can correct me on this later. A little before Vines, Violet shows up. A young black woman, hair in long braids, looking pretty studious, carrying a guitar case, and takes her seat. Seems a very chilled out, but incredibly with it in a way that I can only aspire to be, quite frankly. And she's just there, just like tapping away on her cell phone. When does a wine show up?
A wine shows up exactly in time so that they are sitting down right when the bell rings.
I love it. Oh yeah, please. This is a player character. Please expand. Go on.
Sorry, I got distracted with
That's it, moving on.
the incentives. So Awine is uses they them pronouns. They have light brown skin. They're kind of willowy. They have a million freckles and long, kind of wild, curly / kinky red hair. That usually they'll keep in a ponytail or in a braid. They aren't using a wheelchair yet in this universe. Give it about 10-ish years, and they will be. But until then, they're just this teenager, and I'm playing them from the Serpentine Handbook. I forget which eyes I gave them. Hold on. They have cold eyes and beguiling looks. They are from old money. In ancient days, your family was powerful, deadly, and wise. At least that's what they tell you. But all you've ever seen is empty faith and crumbling dreams. You just want to live your life like any other kid, but they have bigger plans for you. They say that there will come a day when once again they will swap secrets with powerful allies and venom with powerful enemies, but they need your help first. After all, what else is family for? Yeah.
Just dropping the incentives in the chat. I'll
Okay, you got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Let
So
me go
last
check
but no
on-
means least. Yep, no
let me go
worries.
check on Anya because they've
Having
dropped
some
the call.
difficulties, yeah.
Yeah, they're using my Surface, which is notoriously finicky. So I'm just like bad at technology right now. So they're
There
back.
they are.
Hopefully. Maybe. Don't know. Are you back?
I'm trying.
There
Oh.
you are.
It says I don't understand why it's this bad right now.
Is it saying that on Discord or is it hang on.
Ooh,
I'll just come to you. I'll be right back.
No worries.
I'm sorry.
You're okay.
So how's everyone doing today? It's been a day and a half.
Because I have 5 bars and it's just, this is jumping everywhere.
Why do I have Club Studio open?
Let's see.
I'm on Spanish Inquisition, dude. You can put me on collective.
Yeah, I'm going to switch Wi-Fi networks.
Standing by.
Hi, August in the other room.
Mom gave you 2 Wi-Fi networks?
Mom gave you the Spanish Inquisition?
When does Angarod show up? Does she show up with a wine?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah, she'll show up pretty much either right on their heels or just ahead of them. Like they're basically coming in at the same time. They're probably chatting in like low tones to each other about some nonsense.
Oh, and trailing just behind the two of you is Morden, who I saw Fila was very happy to see in the chat. Who you can see his pick crow there, but as a sort of a deep tan skin, black hair, a perpetual smirk, piercings in both ears, and what's the word? Definitely is one of those people that can walk with like a slouched posture.
Saunter.
Thank you. I could not think of the word saunter for my life. I could think of sachet, and I was like, not quite the right vibe. I mean, he
Not quite
probably
so
does
in
do
the
that
hips,
from time to
but
time.
you know.
But yeah, and he wears little heeled boots and skinny jeans because he is absolutely that person. But he will give Angrada like a kiss on the cheek before crossing over to his desk by the window. Well, Fila, you'll have to wait and see what happens. How are we doing? Are people back?
That might be enough to tide over until.
Not quite. All right. But yeah, just to go through the general incentives, as I didn't drop those in the chat, you can get some original writing from Mab. For $20 will get you 500 words, $40 will get you 1,000 words, or for 75 you can get 2,000 words.
That's,
PG
I know it says up to, but I can't shut up when I start, so it'll probably be more.
For $30, I will get behind the microphone and record something for you. This can be like fic, Shakespeare, a good monologue that you particularly enjoy, a custom voicemail, just up to 5 minutes. Happy to do it for you. At the beginning of lockdown, I recorded a monologue from V for Vendetta.
Yep.
And
Made me cry.
and
It's fine.
Yeah, I cried recording it. It was good times. So whatever you fancy. $50 will get you a pair of hand forged D6s made by Brian, and for $100 you can get a Sam he of SA Kalo on Twitter, an original. His art is gorgeous. Can highly recommend if you want. Would love you to do so. Just checking in, see how we're doing on our players.
Anya is switching to a different device because my Surface is being a fuck.
Fair. It'd be that way sometimes. So while we're waiting for them to make their way in, we still have 3 class members. Wait, yes, 3 class members to arrive. I was gonna say I missed them. How did I miss them? When did Marius get to class? August.
You miss them because they're dead.
Wow, that's Asta. Danielle. Don't be me.
Oh boy.
They're not dead yet.
Give it time.
Rip. Pour one out in the chat, lads.
But yeah, when did Marius arrive?
They
Never left.
yeah, Philo. I'm torn because either they are very late because of a complete disregard for the structure of the class. Wait, who's our homeroom teacher?
Oh, your homeroom teacher is Miss Aurelios. So be late as you see fit.
I don't think that she would tolerate that shit from Marius, so I think that they are like a minute before the bell, but they make it very clear that they are only doing this because of Miss Aurelios won't take their shit.
And that's a good question. Look, Marius isn't the player character. I can't get too hung up on Marius. This is the great part of using your friends' characters to fill out the NPC roster, but also we just love them so much. But how long after the bell do the remaining class members show up, August?
I think that Chanticleer probably shows up like a minute after the bell, followed pretty closely by Azriel, and then Mick shows up probably like 5 minutes later, and it's pretty clear that Faye has been smoking in the bathroom.
But would you like to tell us a little more about Az?
So, Az uses he/him pronouns. He is a trans dude and an edgelord, which is why he goes by Az or Azriel. He's going through a phase. He'd originally picked Aaron, but now he's like, no, I'm Azriel now. He's a little shit. He is using the queen skin. And the blurb for that is, you're one of the special ones, a sovereign beauty. You deserve more than the rest of this wretched world does. You deserve the will and worship of those around you. And it's not only because you're better than them, it's because you make them better, stronger, more beautiful, complete. They'd be nothing without you. And he has dyed black hair, kind of messy loose curls, wears black lipstick, the whole nine. And from the why did I close my character sheet? From the playbook, his look is icy, and his origin is that he's the most popular. And I think that's everything that's pertinent.
Alrighty. So with everybody arrived, Mr. Elios, I assume you still do roll call in senior year? Again, I'm English. If the
Depends on the
accent
teacher,
wasn't a
really.
dead
It
giveaway.
depends on the teacher.
Yeah, some teachers just glance over and eyeball it. Some teachers will
Especially a
will
homeroom this
do
size, like you can tell when these seats are empty.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, then she probably doesn't do a full roll call, but like rather just like makes a note as people show up. And again, because I don't understand how homeroom works, she is sort of there doing prep for another lesson, and this sort of before first period time, she's pretty relaxed. If the class doesn't get rowdy, she will let people get on. It's one of those things that people know exactly how far they can push their luck with her. Some people possibly try it every now and then, but I like the thought of her being one of those sort of tough but fair teachers. Like, she probably has cool factor as well, as much as I suppose any teacher does. But so this is the classroom. People sort of chatting quietly. What do y'all do? This I don't know how long homeroom lasts before lessons start.
Generally about 30 minutes.
All right, so what does this look like for your characters? So this is a Monday morning. Are people messaging anybody, talking? Again, Miss Radix is pretty chill. So this is sort of up to you guys, establishing for our watchers, listeners, the vibe of these people and how they deal with each other.
What year are we in?
That's a good question. Let's nebulously put it about. Again, this is real world adjacent, so
We can always go the anime route of the year 20XX.
I like that 20XX. But technology, they say equivalent to now.
Okay, so smartphones exist.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't do that to you. Also, texting's like a big thing with the mechanics.
Snapchat.
I also,
Well, we did
Yeah.
it in high school, girls. We all had our blocky cell phones and cell phone charms.
Many charms. But yes, so you've got cell phones. People might have tablets as well. I was gonna say, the town of Twin Dales, it's got sort of a bit of a spectrum of wealth. There are some people like a wine and as an Angarad who are sort of, and Chanticleer for that matter, probably very well off. And then you've got people who are maybe further down on the economic spectrum. So I like just flavor setting. People got varying models and ages of phones with cracked screens.
Mm-hmm.
I won't go through going, what kind of phone do you have? Because that seems excessive. I will say for some flavor that I imagine Mick is currently on a tablet, like checking, I know it'll be a cell phone, but checking YouTube comments because Faye are a YouTuber
Oh god.
and a streamer.
I mean, it's very cute, so it's fine, but
They're very very generous with their money. They're doing pretty well at it as well, which is why they're probably the bane of the careers counselor. Which is like, you're going to college? Is like, nah, YouTube. So, but yeah. So what are folks doing? Who are they talking to? Messaging? Or are they just watching?
what? I forgot who I was playing for a hot second. I almost said Vines. It'd be like,
Yeah,
I've played Vines more than I've played Lupe, so I just forgot.
And we did put both their characters next to each other on the homeroom layout. So
Yep. Yeah. Lupe's probably doing some like last minute homework for another class or talking about whatever weird, strange chemistry project she and Louisa are going to be cooking up later that week. I would say it's probably they have like a little chemistry club. And so now they're like, all right, well, let's get the ideas what we need to get started at this point.
alrighty. A wine.
Owain is texting Seer, like something along the lines of, "Are you cool for dinner tonight?"
I think we get one of those racking shots where we see a wine texting at their desk, and it's a long shot, and the camera sort of does that cool reverse zoom to Seer, so he's in focus in the front.
Yeah.
Looking at the message, and he sort of twists and glances at Evie, and then back down to his phone, and replies back, "Yeah, sure." I don't know if he's an emoji user. I either want to say not at all or many. I can't. I don't know which feels more right.
Probably many.
We then, after reply, we see him sending another text and a phone, and the camera focus shifts to Evie, who reads a message and then turns around and just gives Owain a glare, and then goes back to whatever they were doing on their phone.
Owain like waggles their fingers in a little wave.
They sort of turn back round and the hair just sort of swishes. They do not respond with a gesture and kind of like, but they flip the bird back. Nah, that's not their style. Asta, what are you up to?
Oh no.
Oh no.
You said me, didn't you? All
Yep.
I heard was, what are you up to?
Yeah.
I was like, dang, there's too many ahs.
There's a certain irony that Anya is playing the ghost skin and is having the most connection
Aw.
issues.
Oh.
This room, it is this awful room. Because I'm on my phone at this point. I don't know. I haven't heard anything that
We've
happened
just been.
in the last 30 minutes. I'm moving rooms. I'm just gonna. What? Hello?
No, you're good. No worries. We've just been sort of going about the homeroom business, so you've not missed anything plot relevant.
Okay. Well then, cool. I will just say what Aster is doing and then go about moving to a different room of this house.
Perfect.
I think that Aster would probably be head down, kept to themselves, just either scribbling or sitting there doing nothing. I'm not too sure. But very, very much kept to herself. Not really looking at anyone.
Okay. And as what does homeroom look like for the queen?
Oh boy. I'm kind of regretting his choice of seat.
Where would you put him?
Actually, no. Okay. I think he's probably sitting on Mick's desk, but he's like shifting around such that periodically he quote unquote accidentally kicks Morden's desk, like Morden's chair, as he's like talking to Parker and Mick.
Dick.
Amazing. I think Morden puts up with this for a couple of minutes. Like a couple of times you can sort of let it off as a accident. I think the moment he realizes that it's intentional, regardless of how Az might be playing up to it otherwise, gets up from his desk and is just like real mature as, and will go and sit on Angarad's desk and talk to her instead.
Oh my god. He starts glaring daggers at the side of Angharad's head.
Given what a wine has told me, you know how that be. I feel like does she just like turn and just smile, just like that really sort of pleasant middleman Karen smile, just like and carry on like
Yeah.
utterly unbothered.
Yep.
Amazing. I think actually, when you're the closest, and Asta, you actually know everybody's probably within earshot of this. As Angarad and Morden are talking, and just said, you start hearing them talking about a party happening this week at her place. It's sort of like a bit of a Valentine's Day thing, because you know not everyone's with somebody, so you know a nice sort of place where it doesn't matter if you've got a partner or not, but you can just come hang out, have a good time. Yeah, because it's really sad when people don't have anyone to share a special day with.
As the single person on this call, I object.
God, I love her. She's such a bitch.
this is very much a deliberate baiting.
Yeah.
On their part.
I feel baited.
The question is, does
So, like-
Az rise to the bait?
Well, there's that talk about. I don't know if Az responds then, but in a couple of minutes, everybody in the room gets a text message with an invite to this party.
Owen looks up from their phone like, I know I'm invited.
I gotta just sort of glances at you. It's the principal, darling.
I- Yeah, I don't think Az says anything, but like he's definitely like glaring, and it's pretty clear that he is formulating a plan.
Chanticleer from her desk at the front, where she's filing her nails. Because I want to be clear, this is a pretty femme girl who's also on the football team. Because this is great. I did not come up with that. August did, and it's very good. But I like this idea of this sort of femme lesbian football player just like casually like doing her nails in her homeroom. And she sort of like glances over at Morden and like, I feel like it's one of those pointed metal nail files with the point on it, and sort of like just stabs it in the top of her desk. Just like glance pointedly at Morden and Angara. Philo, please don't make puns in chat. It makes me sad. I thought there might be a reprieve with Richard and Matt not being here. I was so wrong, it seems. Oh shit, Shark's here too. Oh well, there is no respite for me. There will be puns.
Isn't that what happened in the first Halloween game? The principal would show up.
But the offer is clear from your right hand lady, Az.
Oh,
August, you with us?
nope. They disappeared.
They did. Nope.
Oh no.
There they are.
Sorry, I didn't hear like anything for a good minute and a half or so, and it's like, oh, I bet Discord fucked up.
I was just upset about puns.
That was really it.
If you caught the business with Chanticleer, it's just like, how does Az react to his right-hand lady stepping up to the plate? I'm mixing my sports metaphors. I don't care. I am not a sports ball person.
Sports ball.
Sports ball.
So I took a move called
Oh, that's so
streaming.
Nice.
Yeah, I took a move called streaming. You have a telepathic connection with your gang members. You can always hear their emotions and fears. If you try to hear specific thoughts, gaze into the abyss about it and add +1 to your roll. I want to know what exactly she's thinking so I can decide whether I want to back her up or stop her. So I need to figure out what I roll gaze into the abyss with.
Should be
that
dark.
would be dark.
Oh, good.
What do you have in dark? Az?
I have -1 in dark, but I get a +1, so I just roll 2d6.
I assume you click the button next to dark and it will give you the option to add the +1. The sheet looks to be pretty well set up.
Uh, it just says comment.
Try changing that to 1. I don't know, and then hit submit. If not, we'll just manually roll them.
Oh, okay, I see how it's going.
So you went a little.
Okay, yeah, hang on.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's 2 prompts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, well.
August. August.
This is great.
August.
Gaze into the abyss.
All right. I wasn't expecting such a. Wow. Okay. Where's gaze into the abyss? Gaze into the abyss. When you gaze into the abyss, name what you're looking for and roll with dark. On a 10 up, the abyss shows you lucid visions and you take 1 forward when addressing them. On a 7 to 9, the abyss shows you confusing and alarming visions, but you get the answer nonetheless. You didn't do either of those things.
I did not.
Okay. What happens here? Where's my list of moves? I don't think I can make a rival move at any time, but do let me check. This is my first time running Monsterhearts, so please stand by as I think about what to do. All right. I'm gonna give Chanticleer a string on you, as this sort of connection is possibly a little. Oh, we see that in chat. That Danielle's gotten louder than everybody else.
Oh.
Sounds fine to me.
It sounds okay to me too, but like Streamlabs and stuff can be.
I will. Yeah, I'll just turn myself down. Sorry.
I'm having trouble with basically every breath I take. My icon lights up. Can y'all just hear me breathing?
No.
Or am I
No.
okay?
You actually sound
Okay.
really good right now.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I won't change anything then. I'll just ignore that. I've moved to the living room and I'm here. Hi.
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 Welcome back.
Welcome
I'm so glad you're back.
Oh my god. The office is not a good place for ghosts.
Lead-lined walls and all that jazz, you know. Salt around the outside of the door.
So you do gaze into the abyss. Fuck me. And you get sort of this vision, and it's kind of a little bit messed up. You see, and you get this vibe of Chanticleer that there is clearly an offer of violence in there. I think you get a wave of that aggression, and it feels sharp to you. And you also get this wave of this possibly isn't just about getting to maybe hurt somebody. And you have this moment of and you see in this vision a fight between Chanticleer and Lupe that happened last semester, and how Chanticleer would not shut up about it afterwards for like a couple of weeks. And there's definitely a vibe of this is not just about possibly getting to inflict some hurt from Chanticleer, and you don't realize this until Parker is you feel like pressuring your hand, and Parker is like pressing tissues into your hand as your nose has like started to gush blood. As you sort of come back to yourself, which I imagine with that complexion is going to be real obvious.
Yeah.
Why is that not? Can y'all see the roll 20?
It disappeared.
Okay, good, great. I'm glad that happened. Go ahead, keep going. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
It's just a good thing that all of my clothing is black.
Oh man, I just noticed that the animations behind the rolls.
Yeah.
They're doing nice.
There we go.
And as you sort of glance back over at she's sort of her cheeks are a little bit pink, which really shows that because she's not as pale as you are, but with like the strawberry blonde hair and the light skin, it's showing. And I'm not quite sure quite what she's blushing about, but there's definitely a vibe. And a couple of people are glancing around at you as like with a mix of concern and what the fuck, Uri. Because people are great like that.
Because it's high school and you're doing
Because
something weird.
Exactly that.
Who's the otaku in the classroom? Who's gonna say, "Are you having dirty thoughts? You just got a nosebleed."
I kind of feel it could be Mick, quite frankly, but I don't know if Faye would.
Was it Mick or Vines? Honestly.
Oh well, then in which case I feel like it's Vines because maybe I don't know. She's kind of perceptive, and High Chaos is looking between Chanticleer and Az, who's just like, "What are you thinking about?"
Yeah.
Just like in a kind of screechy voice, and Miss Aurelius looks up and just like, "Victoria, indoor voice, please."
Oh my god.
She just has the cat that got the canary grin on her face every
I'm trying.
time.
Hang on, I'm trying to think of a insult that Az can like backhandedly direct at Angharad.
I think she and Mordon are both looking at you with an eyebrow raised, and they are irritatingly in sync.
I think like staring directly at Angharad as like presses the tissue to his nose and is just like, I smelled something so rancid it blew out my nostrils.
Fuck.
Bless his heart.
Amazing.
He's so stupid. I hate/love him.
Alwine leans over to Angarod and like does a dramatic sniff. And kind of shrugs.
I think Lupe like looks up just like at the chalkboard and is like very obviously processing it, and then just like shakes her head and is just like, whatever. Like that was so uninsulting.
Important question. Asta, you're sat because of where Az was sat on like Mick's desk, you get a full view of seeing Az get this nosebleed. How is that for you? Like how does she tend to react around blood? Given the whole
Dead thing?
dead thing.
No, the whole dead thing that specifically has a like condition for me.
That's look, it's why I'm offering the opportunity. Should you wish?
I mean,
I'm here for you.
yeah. Oh god, how many times am I going to be traumatized?
It's fine. I think you can like spend it periodically as well. Like there is a way to get rid of conditions.
I specifically took the the move that like affects when I'm traumatized because I figured I would be a lot. So yeah, I don't know that she's a huge fan of blood because it does probably trigger that. But like also it's so prominent in society that she's probably gotten enough used to it that it doesn't like send her into a full-on spiral.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like a moment of wavering from just
Mm-hmm.
the quiet kids sitting in class talking to no one, but she's like able to compose herself.
I will say, Lupe, even though you're not really paying attention, you got that vibe. I think the dark whisper in the back of your head just sort of does the equivalent of like pricking its ears up. And that little bit of disturbance there from Asta. All right. Trying to think if there should be any other. Does anything else happen during homeroom other than does Az just like clean up at his desk? Because he strikes me as somebody that probably has makeup wipes in an expensive handbag. I could be wrong. Or does he go to like the washroom?
I'm trying to decide how his pettiness manifests.
If it will make things worse, I think during this commotion and you shooting that insult at Angarad, Don, who has basically been reading his book this whole time and studiously trying to avoid dealing with anybody's bullshit, just looks up at you and just sort of like, and just like does the face equivalent of and goes back to his book at all of this unnecessary noise and drama.
I
See
I
what?
think I think he definitely like gets up and goes to clean up in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Do you
And
take any of your clique with you?
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think yeah, I think he just walks out, throws the tissue away on the way out. Um I don't think he does anything else particularly petty right now, but
Mm-hmm.
the gears are turning in his head.
Alrighty. Is there anything else anybody wants to establish in homeroom? Any interactions they want to have now as has left the room as well? Bearing in mind that Chanticleer, Parker, and Mick are all are still there.
I think if anything, Lupe just gives a very loud but slightly amused snort.
Fair.
Aster's smile gets a little bit wider.
Nice. Owen,
Uh,
how are you enjoying this morning's homeroom shenanigans?
Alwine, I think Alwine kind of like raises their eyebrows at Parker, um, where like Parker has a little bit of Az's blood on their hands, when they handed him the tissues, and so
Yeah.
Alwine just kind of like raises their eyebrows, and then like studiously looks the other way in the way that makes it obvious that that's what they're doing.
Parker sort of blushes a little at the attention and sort of realize and sort of scrambles out of his seat asking for permission to go to the bathroom to wash his hands.
Oh, child.
Which is Miss Aurelius is just like, you don't have to ask, Parker.
No, in the U.S. high schools, you have to
do.
ask to
Yeah,
use
you
the
have to get a
bathroom.
pass.
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, Az didn't get one because I feel like that might be a thing that has
Do you
been
think
tried
Az would
and failed.
stop to try and get a pass?
No.
Yeah.
Paul Proctor's would be like, "Hey, where's your pass?" And he'd be like, "Here
Hmm.
it is," middle finger, and keep walking.
All right. In which case, as Parker's like half asking and like, all right, Miss Aurelius just hands over two. And was like, please bring Mr. Murphy back. And he will head off to find Az, which we can play out if you want, August, or we can move on from that.
No, I think we can move on.
All right. So, party happening. Let's unless there's anything or interactions people specifically want to have, let's skip a couple of days later in the week to this party at Angarad's place. I feel like she would be hosting.
Yeah.
And it isn't just your homeroom that are going to be there.
It's such a fun party.
I think it's like most of the senior year got invited, like the senior class. As a casual reminder for let me quickly check our rewards listing. For $20, you can specify an NPC that is also present at this party. Ching ching, shill. Her parents are either out of town or utterly disinterested in what she is doing. She's not under the kind of scrutiny that certain class contemporaries of hers might be. I will say, Wine, do you tell your dad that you are going to this party?
Probably not. Like, I think this is definitely something that, like, they're sneaking out of their bedroom for.
Okay. Sure. I was just trying to see if there was a move that I could make you do to get to make this more fun. But I think you're fine. Oh, August, you do need to mark experience. In the off chance we come back,
Yes.
please mark experience if you didn't already do so.
It has been marked.
All right. I mean, I could make an argument for runaway. No, I'll let this go for now. But you think you got out of the house without issue, Owain? We'll leave it at that. What do? Do you like set music playing in your room or whatever, or do you sort of show up at the party a little bit later, implying that you've already like gone to bed?
Probably the latter.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and this is a school night for whatever that's worth. As I said, it's sort of a Wednesday. Sort of
on
a Wednesday.
Wednesday?
What's wrong with a Wednesday?
Why would you have a party on a Wednesday?
Because I didn't think to set the episode session on a Friday so the party could be at the weekend. I mean, we can retcon and say it's a Saturday night. I'm fine with that. Because, as I said, we can, it's our world. We can make it up as we go. It might make more sense for it to be a Saturday. In which case, it probably is Valentine's Day then. So people maybe did their own dates beforehand, and then they could show up at the party. But I imagine like people were told to show up anytime after, let's say after 7.
Yeah. Hey, Jade. We've got a donation.
We have a donation. What do we got? What do we got?
So from
God damn it, Sean.
I'm
From
like, what
Shrug.
what did he do?
Let's throw Jesse Bolton into this party, and it's not at all because I want to force Jade to attempt to impersonate me doing a southern accent.
Oh boy.
I'm going to be having to do this so much in the upcoming weeks. Just the accent, I mean. To clarify, Jesse is Shrug's character from our Masks campaign. They're pretty studious, blonde on the short side, non-binary kid. I'm not going to say who they show up with just yet, but yes, I will put Jesse in there. Thank you for donating. I will talk to you later. All right. All right. So the party. When do people show up? And I will say, I will ask, because it's a Saturday, I feel like we can justify everybody being there because it's fun that way. I don't know, maybe Louisa wouldn't show up to this kind of a vibe unless Lupe was just like, come to this party with me.
She probably would, and Lupe would probably only go because, like, maybe if Vines and Violet asked her to go. And then she's like, please, I can't be left with Vines and Violet all evening.
All right. I just really like the thought of Marius being at a house party because the visual of it is so good.
Oh my god.
They are the ones that just goes and finds the dog and
Yeah.
pets the dog.
No one knows why they're there, including them.
Yeah.
All right. So when do people show up and what sort of are they doing at the party? This is like a big fancy house. So there is loads of rooms. There's like a games room. There's everything. This is we've
I've
all
seen
watched
10
TV.
things I hate about you.
This is a rich person house.
I think Aster is like floating outside. She can fly, by the way, because I took that. So she's like probably floated up to the roof and is sitting on the roof, like trying to see if she knows anyone before they go in. Just like waiting probably for Marius, because I think that's like the closest thing she has to a friend.
Rip.
Yeah, right.
Marius, you have such a track record for dead.
There's just something about them.
It's just something about them. But cool. I dig that visual. We already know about. Is the situation any different for one because it's a Saturday? Actually, Danielle, rather than it being a school night, or is it still sneaking out?
I think it's still sneaking out, and they show up later. Basically, they told their dad that they were going to study for a while and then go to sleep. And so, like, they have the music on and the lights are really low. And they've stuffed some pillows in their bed and climbed out the window. They're wearing, like, David Tennant in Fright Night?
Yes.
They're wearing that, basically.
Wait, which bit of David Tennant in Fright Night? Like,
I like which bit of him. The bottom half.
No, I meant like staged here
the
with the
leg.
leather trousers, or like the slightly more casual look from later in the movie.
The slightly more casual look from later in the movie. But, it's not that much more casual.
I like the visual of Seer like waiting at the edge of your family's property.
Oh.
Like he knows where the exit point is for you, I want to give him a motorbike, if you don't object to this, Dane.
Oh, I love that. Fuck.
I also want to make the point that you probably live close enough to Angarad to not need a ride, but he has come to pick you up anyway.
Oh, bless his heart. God, I love my fighty boy.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, let's have a moment here because this is good and I want to establish some more of this. So he's sort of sat there, helmet off, like hanging off the handlebars. Yeah, it's still handlebars on a motorbike. Wait, just like flicking, like he's typing out a message on his phone when you sort of find him. Apologies in advance for my attempt at doing whatever a Seer voice is, because
Seer voice is just my voice. I don't do voices.
Okay, cool. I can work with that.
No. Brian's the one that does the voices on our podcast.
It was more like the way he kind of talks, but you know, it's all good.
I think Alwine kind of strolls up with their hands in their pockets, such that they are, and and probably they're really quiet, and they make it pretty close to Seer before Seer realizes that they're there. And I think they pull out their wallet, and they start rifling through for some bills, and they say, thank you for coming. How much do I owe you for tonight?
Just call it the usual. It's fine.
And Alwyn kind of like thumbs out a few bills, with a little extra on top, and hands it over to Seer, and then puts their wallet back in their pocket. Hi, Arrow.
Because of who I am as a person, Seer pulls his wallet on a chain out of his jeans pocket.
That's good.
And
wouldn't have it any other way.
And gives them a little nod, puts the wallet away, and indicates to the panniers. I know maybe he wouldn't insist on helmet. I do not know the laws in insert whichever Pacific Northwest state / province of your choice is with regards to. But I mean, it's Seer, so he might not care. He probably doesn't care, and it's not very far. Yeah. So it's not like he's going to be screaming round corners.
Yeah, so like Alwine climbs onto the bike behind Seer, and hooks their hands around his waist. And I think I'm gonna roll to turn someone on. I think I'm gonna play this game.
What? No.
I'm not very good at hot, I don't think. But I think I have a little bit in that. Yeah, no, I don't. But I think they're gonna try anyway.
Do you have a negative though? Because I got one of those.
Yeah, I do. In fact,
I negative turn people on. Oh, nice. You're worse than me.
No other modifiers. Hey, it's a 9. Look at that.
On a partial success, they can either they can either gain a string, or you can choose one of the reactions.
They can either give you a string or choose one of the reactions. So I think that's your choice there, Jade.
What are you trying to achieve with this?
think, I mean, I'm on my bullshit here, and I think Owain like actually likes Seer, and like this situation that they have where Owain is basically paying Seer to date them to make their dad mad, is like the thing that they came up with at the beginning, but I think they've kind of grown to like Seer because I like Seer.
Yes, I valid.
Because you're biased.
And so I think they're just kind of like trying to get a little bit of closeness out of this short motorcycle ride. You know?
So sad.
Okay. I think before he pulls away, as you wrap your arms sort of around him, he like puts his hands on yours and pulls your arms around you tighter. And does he say anything? Is he shorter than a wine?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Seer's very short.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm basically he's effectively giving himself a moment because I think he likes you too, and he sort of leans around and does an awkward kind of kiss on the side of your jaw, kind of a vibe. It at first, it's awkward because of like how you hold on to somebody when you're on the back of a motorbike,
Right.
but also like I mean, do we tell the audience like? If you hadn't picked up, Seer is very much dating somebody else on the down low, which a wine knows about. But I'm polyamorous and I like making things complicated for everybody. So yeah, sure.
Listen, they all just need to have a really honest conversation.
Yeah.
All right. And then I don't know if he's a blusher, but I like that shit. So and then okay, and then we're gonna go and sort of like revs the bike and you guys head off to the party.
Cute.
Lupe, how about you?
Yeah. What about me?
Do you show up with Vines and Violet and Louisa? Do you guys arrive as a pack? Like,
Yeah.
what does this look like?
Yeah, I think so. I think definitely. I don't know. I would not trust Vines behind the wheel of a car. But
I've got something for you. If
I was gonna
if
say
you need
either of
somebody
the
to
other
drive,
three.
Don is driving because Vines browbeat him into it.
Oh my god.
And he's got a van.
Oh, yes,
Yeah,
he does. He fucking does.
You know he does.
It's
Yes.
very, I was gonna say, it's old but very well looked after. Like
Of course.
upsettingly well looked after.
Yes. Yes.
There are like is Lupe Ice is a van. When you say van, please clarify because I am English. And what you might mean by van is not the same thing as I mean by van.
Like an American minivan, you've got like the two front
Amazing.
seats. You've got the side door that like slides, and then there's normally like 2 seats in the middle, and then there's like a 3-seater in the back, and then hatchback trunk type of thing.
Okay, cool. Who is sitting up front with Don?
Vines.
Okay, so she is definitely going through the glove compartment then, right?
She has 1, the aux cord, 2, the glove compartment.
Oh my god.
There are like 6 different pairs of sunglasses in there.
She wears 3 of them, I'm sure.
And what does she play? I know she's not your PC right now, but what does she put on the aux cord?
She has
What does
a party
play?
mix on her Spotify. That
Okay.
is. I
Is it
would.
Is it like 90% party rock in the house?
Oh my god! Yeah, the other 10% is kids bop.
Fuck.
God, I love her so much. I feel like Don's eye starts twitching about on this maybe the 3rd repeat of party rocking in the house tonight and just does not stop the rest of the journey.
Yeah, it is the What's New Pussycat, but with party rock and
I feel like he's a really upsettingly good driver, like 10 and 2 the whole time.
Oh yeah, probably.
And just like, please put those back. Regarding the sunglasses, they're not mine.
She's passing them out.
Oh my god.
I know I'm not playing her either, but
Just a quick one, chat. Anya, with Darkest Self, it's a move I could do. I think you can opt to trigger it yourself.
If you die.
Okay, cool.
So that's
I
up to you.
already did that.
Alternatively, it's a move that I can make against you if a roll goes really bad. I can kick that off, but if you wanted to, you absolutely can.
Okay, I was just checking
No
to
worries.
see what it was.
For sure.
Because I guess I can. Mine implies that I can haunt things and affect inanimate objects already. So I was just checking because that specifically mentions is that you still can do this when you're in your darkest self. So I was like, wait, I can fuck with things.
Yep. But cool. Good night. So you are on the roof, Asta, when you see this minivan pulling up, blaring LMFAO that is shut off abruptly. And you hear, please get out of my car.
Aster like sinks most of her body through the roof, and then her eyes are just like looking through the top of the roof. Because I can also face through objects.
Two teens making out in
she's-
the attic. Oh my god!
Just the lower half of a ghost comes into the attic.
Are you trying to avoid notice?
Yeah, I think they'd probably think it was weird if someone was on the roof, so I like kind of slunk down at seeing people so suddenly. Because I think most people are like walking up, so like the headlights and everything kind of like made me feel like I needed to retreat a little.
Sure. I'm trying to think if there's no sneak here. You're good. You just do it. So you're able to spy on people arriving. I want to hear what people are wearing. Don, for the record, is wearing what he's wearing in his icon, which is just like a worn-out camp t-shirt. It's February, so it's cold. It's a dry night, though, surprisingly enough, which is nice for everybody. And just jeans and sneakers. And just looking like he doesn't want to be there, but that's sort of Don's default face a lot of the time anyway. So who knows really how he's feeling about it.
Aster is wearing the clothes she died in, which are the same clothes she wears every day.
What does that look like? Does this is one of the things I always like with ghosts. Like, did they change up slightly? Like, I don't know if you ever watched Being Human. Annie's clothes, it was always the same items of clothing, but it was like a tie knit cardigan, so it could be styled in different ways, even though it was always the same clothes.
Yeah, so how I've got her in the little image here is like a tank top undershirt with a like sweater type thing over it. So yeah, kind of the same. Like she can push the sleeves up, she can take the top off and wear just the tank top, or like tie the thing around her waist. And I imagine it's jeans because no one's going to question if you wear jeans 7 days in a row. Like they're just jeans.
Sure.
So yeah, I think there's like a little bit of flexibility with it. And I want to say that magically, whatever tragedy was all over it from the accident is not there anymore.
Well, that tracks. So that might appear when like Darkest Self kicks off, and maybe when you're super upset, we can flavor it like it shows up.
Yeah.
Cool. Dope. Lupe, what are you wearing?
Probably like skinny jeans and a very like loose and flowy shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Very simple jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly in shades of black or some red accents.
Mm-hmm.
That's really about it.
Violet is wearing like an epic hat. A big like wide brimmed thing. It should be too much for like one, a house party, and two, an 18-year-old, but she's definitely making it work. Does she bring her guitar? Yeah, I tell you what, it's one of those things. You know those guys that there's always a guy at a party with an acoustic guitar playing it badly. I feel like Violet is like a version of that person, but like people are genuinely happy about it because one, she's good at guitar, and two, she's not obnoxious about it, and will play more than just Wonderwall. So, um, but she's in like I'm imagining something, and as a Paul like very sort of American Horror Story Coven, like a full maxi skirt kind of a vibe, all in black. She looks fucking amazing. Like the big earrings as well. Um, guitar case in one hand, tapping out a message on her phone with the other. Has Vines made any effort to dress up?
No. Well,
Perfect.
she's wearing like 3 of the pairs of sunglasses. Does that count?
Does she put any of them back?
Yeah. One of them.
Amazing. And you guys make your way inside. As do you get there before or after a wine, knowing that a wine shows up a little bit later?
I think probably slightly before a wine.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm trying to decide who he rolls up with. Because he definitely, like, I don't know if he comes with all three of his
Mm-hmm.
all three of his gang all at once.
Mm-hmm.
I think he probably shows up with Chanticleer.
Mm-hmm.
And he is wearing like knee-high black shiny vinyl stiletto boots,
Mm-hmm.
ripped up fishnet stockings, uh like a matching shiny vinyl uh hot pants, uh a fishnet shirt with like a black tank top over it, and like a billion silver cross necklaces.
Jesus.
I hate him on principle.
um,
Carrie also thinks his fashion is atrocious. I'm just saying. She's in
I
my head
mean-
going like, no, put that away.
But I
Mhm.
think I think they get there a little bit before a wine.
Okay. I feel like Chanticleer's made a bit of an effort. The hair is. I'm trying to think of like I want to think of like a femme jock outfit, and I am coming up with nothing. But I like a vibe that says, "Yes, I like to dress up, but also I could probably bench press you, and I could definitely outrun you." Kind of a vibe. And this is not just me trying to go like, "Here is girlfriend material," because she's
Stop it.
awful, but also. Important question. Has Az found a date for this party, or is he on the prowl, as it were, or has he purposely showed up single? Like, what's
Um,
his headspace coming into this?
I think um I think he's purposely showed up single.
Mhm.
Like he and Chanticleer are MLM WLW,
Mhm.
shitty teenager solidarity. Stag Squad, I guess. Because
That's such a long name.
Yes.
Do you have a handshake that's as long as your name?
Yes. It involves doing each other's nails. Um,
Oh my
Amazing.
god.
but yeah, I think that he intentionally showed up with, the known lesbian as the known gay to make a point.
Fair.
We have
All
another
right, so-
donation.
Oh hell yeah! Thank you so much.
Brian has donated. He says,
Of course.
"Where's Wyatt? We need Wyatt here because he's
Oh.
trying to kill me."
he wants
Alright.
his fan fiction written.
All right.
No, Brian, you donate to get me to write it for you.
Yes. By all means. Mab, let me be clear. Is fan fiction of today's Monsterhearts game an option for?
Yeah, totally
Excellent.
counts.
All right, be right back. I'm gonna go grab my credit card.
What I was going to say is, do we want to take a quick break at the beginning of the party? Buy a break, snack break,
Yeah, I've got
beverages.
a
Good idea. Yeah.
refill my cat's food. I think that's why she keeps hanging out and saying hello to chat.
All right, let's. Will 5 minutes be long enough back at 57, or do we want to call it the hour?
5 minutes is good for me.
5 is fine.
All
Yeah.
right. All right, chat. We'll be back with you in about 5 minutes.
Fabulous.
And we're back.
All right. Hello. Just want to give a shout out to our latest owner, someone called Danielle, who's requested Mabfic, Seal Wyatt Owain, Evie Monsterhearts AU. I don't know, man. I'm V-gay.
Just
You
DM
really
me those
weren't kidding.
details again.
All right. And August, you have a description of Chanticleer's outfit for us.
Yes. So, I think that she, like as is trying to make somebody jealous slash impress somebody, but in a mean way. So she's wearing like charcoal gray pinstripe slacks and a charcoal gray pinstripe vest with no shirt underneath. So her guns are just like out there.
Oh my
This
god,
is an
like that
attack
photo.
on me.
This like that photo shoot that Eva Green did a few years ago. Choice.
Impress someone in a mean way is a phrase.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Just gonna do before we get back into play. We're at $80 now, and if we make it to 100, Mab is gonna match that. So it'd be awesome if we could do so. With the lower level incentives, which I know are sort of the fun ones, you can give a player advantage or inflict disadvantage if you're feeling mean for $10. For $15, you can give a string, which we've not really seen come into play too much yet, but hopefully we'll start pulling on those soon. And if you really want to add another NPC, I'm sure Brian's trying to figure out who else he can add to make my life more difficult as we speak.
There's just so many characters.
They're already. I mean, the good thing is about a house party is there can be stuff happening in different rooms, so
That's
not
true.
obliged to make them seen. But as it is, we've got Wyatt and Jesse already there. But you know, if you really want it, I will do my best to accommodate. Excuse me. So let's. Angarad is hosting the party. Owain's. I don't know. How would you describe the relationship between Owain and Angarad, Danielle?
Mostly friends. they've been platonically together in one way or another since they were very little. But in time, this relationship is growing and will grow into a very weird ride or die, but also I hate you situation. So
I feel like I should be able to make rival moves. When you described it to me, I'm just like, should I be making a rival move at any time? Oh, excuse me, my apologies. So yeah, let's say this is with we'll cut back in time a little bit. No, let's have this when Az and Chanticleer show up, sort of make your way inside, and not far from the front door there's like a massive like den with a huge screen, and on it because of the people involved, Smash is being played, like Smash Brothers Brawl, with a lot of people like cheering and offering color commentary, and Mick is one of the people playing, along with a kid that maybe some of you recognize, maybe don't. Is in your year, Jesse, who probably none of you have spoken to, but is holding their own against Mick, which is really quite impressive. And I feel like you would notice this as the Faye keeps sort of glancing over Jesse, kind of annoyed but impressed, like that kind of vibe is just like, oh, you're good. I'm like having to try harder. And a couple of other people are playing 4v4. I don't know video games. I don't know games. But they're playing for the moment. I will, if Jesse needs to speak, I will make them speak at some point.
They're not going to
But,
say howdy to everyone that walks in.
they're not that kind of southern, thankfully.
That was the most southern thing I could think of to make you say.
No, that's fair. But
It's
that's
different
that's going on over in the den. In another room, sort of the lights are low and there's music playing. You can hear chatter, like there's light coming through from a well-lit kitchen where I'm going to say that Marius and Wyatt are arguing about something because it feels apt.
That tracks.
We'll put a pin in that one and come back to it. Because I feel like something's gonna get thrown or set on fire.
Yes.
Oh, and actually, I feel like Evie is perched on a counter, sipping a drink, just watching this argument escalate, and their eyebrows are sort of slowly going up. But so far, they haven't interceded yet. They seem more amused than anything else. And I said this was when Az and Chanticleer were coming in. They couldn't have timed it if they were trying to, and to be honest, you aren't sure. But as you step in, just sat on these stairs, very wrapped up and involved with each other, are Morden and Angarad, who do not notice you come in. I mean,
Good.
they're
Very good.
18-year-olds.
I know.
And I remember what I was like at 18, and it was not fun for anybody to bear witness to, quite frankly. Teenagers, power to you, kids, but I did not care if people could see me at all when I was making out with people, and it was an embarrassing time. Anyway, let's move along. So yeah, Az and Chanticleer, you've arrived, and you've got the cheer of people you know. I feel like Parker is probably one of the people in the room with the games, though he probably notices when you arrive and sort of skids over to the two of you as with like a solo cup. That's actually a thing, right? That isn't just
Yes,
movies.
that is a thing. Yes.
That is a thing.
Okay. And he looks so happy to see you. I think like he's maybe had a. I don't know. This is Parker. Does Parker drink? No, I'm not. He's not like. Yeah, he's like maybe had a beer or two. He's like a little bit pink in the face from the alcohol, and just like smiling real big at seeing you, and just like, wow, Az, you look amazing.
Oh god, no! I'm just.
Oh, go on, do it.
There's the internal struggle.
We've
You have
all
to
had
be
to
mean
play
to your boy.
characters. Yeah, I was gonna say we've all played characters. I think that have had to be mean to Parker. None of us like it.
I would never be mean to Parker.
What if you're playing Carrie?
Carrie wasn't mean to Parker.
Mm.
She was condescending.
That's nice, I guess.
Well, I don't know. I blocked most of that game from my memory.
Oh no.
As like kind of gently pats Parker on the cheek and is just like, I know.
Gosh.
Oh.
Wow. Oh my god, computer, wake up. My mouse has gone to sleep.
Oh no.
It does sometimes. That's really unhelpful. I need to go into Roll20. No. Oh dear. All right, well, hopefully that will sort itself out in a second.
Sounds like a problem for future you.
Yeah. I wish it wasn't stuck on a donate button as well, which I can't afford to do.
Well, I mean, it's not instantaneous.
No, I know, but...
It just slurps
Right.
the credit card information from your purse.
I hate that. I hate that a lot.
Slurps.
Okay. I'm gonna quickly open Roll20 on my laptop.
What are you
Let's
looking
see.
for?
I wanted to check a roll. I have the quick reference to where is it? I basically want to check if this is a if you're mechanically shutting him down, or whether you're just being as about it. Yeah. And I feel like actually because of who I am as a person, I mean, he's in full on like puppy mode.
Oh boy.
He's a little tipsy, and his favorite person is here, and his favorite person looks really hot. So he's sort of like very sort of clingy and around. And if you want him to give you some space, you are gonna have to roll shut someone down.
I'm gonna have to do that because oh god, no, stop. Why are you like this?
Oh, the mouse woke up.
I was
Huzzah.
born this way.
Wow.
Well, so was Roll20, unfortunately.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't want Parker doesn't fit my style for what I'm going for here. So
Yeah, like
unfortunately,
I feel like Parker's like made an effort, but like Parker dressed up does not vibe with the high fashion. God, all I can think of is what's her face, Cheryl in Riverdale now with that entrance and that outfit.
oh my god.
It is Cheryl Blossom. There we go. But yeah, so to shut somebody down, you roll with cold. How is as is cold?
This is
He's still sneezing from time to time, but it's fine.
Fuck off, man. I am not paid enough to deal with your bullshit.
We're not doing anything to deal with my bullshit.
Exactly.
That's what you
I am
all
done right now.
agree.
I am done. Ooh, you are doing great. This is good.
Keep it up. Keep
Okay,
it
so
up, Mouse.
mark experience.
might level up this game.
Hey.
I've not had to roll a single time. What are you doing over there?
Failing.
My best.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, I feel like you. What do you say to him? Seeing that role, like the implication of this is you're going to come across poorly. So.
Well, my main question is does my failure mean I don't get what I want, or does my failure mean I get what I want but it's bad?
Oh, you're
Because
gonna get what you want. You might not like it, but you're gonna get what you want. Parker's gonna leave you alone.
yeah, that's what I was wondering. If that would affect what
Of
as
course.
says in order to fail this role. So I think as like just sort of waves a hand like dismissively and is just like, now that you've noticed, I think it's time for you to run along.
Wow. Okay. Jesus. I think
You're not supposed to kill him.
Oh boy. Brian has donated again.
Oh my god.
you, Brian.
He wants 2 disadvantages, one to August's next roll and one to mine.
Beautiful.
Oh, can
Beautiful.
August get lower than a 5? Oh, a 4. Sorry, 4 is your lowest so far.
Okay, I'm gonna inflict a condition on you as I can reword this if the terminology makes anybody uncomfortable. I do want it to be a stone cold bitch or something along those lines. If people are happy with that, because I myself don't have a problem with the term, and it as isn't a girl, so I don't know if it feels slightly different. But if people are comfortable with that running forward, if not, I'll try to come up with something else.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Fine with it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So to bear in mind, if any of you take advantage of Az's condition when making a move against him, you'll have +1. Your condition is going to be with you, Az, until you take appropriate action to alleviate it. So,
Yeah, that ain't happening.
mhm,
Sorry, Parker, don't hold your breath.
mhm.
Oh.
Mm. Oh, I think your nose starts to bleed. You feel that same prickling in your nose again, but you're able to realize what is happening before it makes a mess. Maybe that's part of it, but as you sort of take care of that like a little cursory, and as you look up, Angarad and Morden have sort of separated from each other partially, I guess, and are just looking at you. I feel like Angarad is generally hard to read, but Morden just has a look on his face just like, yeah, no, that tracks. um and the two of them sort of come down the stairs and pass the two of you, and I was just like, "So glad you came, Az," and walks off into another room with Morden in tow. Alrighty. What do you do, Az? Parker, by the way, has sort of looking incredibly upset, sort of scurried off back to the room where the game is being played. Um, and I think he even apologizes as he goes, um, because he is that boy.
Yeah.
And you see as he sort of perches on the arm of the couch, the blonde kid Jesse, who's just won a match, like offers the controllers over to him. And now I can't think of how to do a southern accent at all. How does it go? One sec. This is where Jade has like 2 reference points for an accent and has to say them in order to do the thing.
The bad news is that not many of us here have one, honestly, despite living in the South.
It says, I think you might pick up on this, as in people around them certainly do, as the game is sort of not mid sway at that point, just like, I'm sorry, that was rough. Do you want to play? And sort of Parker takes the controllers, and this real sweet blonde kid just like pats his arm and sort of sits with him, as Parker maybe sniffles a little bit and fires up the game. Mick sort of casts a glance. Faye were deep in the game, but looks round and like raises an eyebrow at you as just like, wow, okay. um, and then goes back to it. But yeah, what are you doing as now?
Um, since you said my nose had started bleeding again,
Mm-hmm.
um, unfortunately, real life nosebleeds are not as sexy as like movie nosebleeds can be. So, as just swears and uh hands his drink to Chanticleer, and stalks off towards the where he assumes the nearest bathroom will be. I'm guessing that he doesn't have much cause to be in Angharad's house often enough to know where the fuck to go.
We can say that. I mean, big houses, like it's probably quite easy to find like a cloakroom kind of a vibe near the front door, but also she has parties on the regular, and you are like one of the most popular people in school, so it's entirely possible you have been here before.
Okay.
So,
Okay, that makes sense.
yeah, because you get to the bathroom and the door's locked for a second, and you like bang on the door a couple of times. Door opens and Don walks out and looks at you, just like a bit much, and then just carries on. I want to clarify, this isn't just me being mean to August. They did request that there be sort of a Draco Harry vibe between Don and Az. So
flips him off as he walks away.
Amazing. Oh, who haven't we seen from in a while? Lupe, what are you and your crew up to? And Asta, you can get in on this because you saw them arrive. So also at the party in another part of the house, the camera cuts too.
Oh God, I don't know. I think it's mostly they might be like sitting out like on like upper level a deck that is out over the backyard. Does Ingerhard have a pool? I don't know.
I don't.
But like,
do people in the Pacific Northwest have pools?
I don't know. I'm just like I just only think of fancy houses down here in SoCal.
I mean, they could have a heated pool that's got a cover on it right now, as it's
it's mostly they're sitting up on an upper deck, and
at the very least, she has a hot tub.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Probably. There's probably at least, 3 couples over there making out in the hot tub. Because that's what horny teenagers do. And they're just like sitting up on the deck, and I think occasionally Lupe might be like little bits and pieces of like trash that she finds and like aiming them at the kids in the hot tub. The crushed cans work well. Does not use bottles. Paper won't make it. Yeah, she has a line, and it is, she draws the line at throwing beer bottles at kids. But it's mostly just like they're all just kind of like vibing up on the deck, and yeah, like Aster can come and join them, and
yeah,
they'll make.
I feel like at some point, you turn your head, and when you turn back, Aster is just sitting next to you, like, that looks like fun. And she starts also throwing paper at the people in the hot tub. Like, this is a good game. Yeah.
Yeah, 10 points if you get them to stop making out. 15 when they leave.
Armful of papers at this point. Like, you're on.
It's just like dropping them over the edge of the deck, throwing little bits and bobs. Yeah. This is what the antisocial kids do at a party.
I think there's one point. There's like one point where you throw one and it misses, and you go back, like you go to grab another one, and like Aster makes it go back and hit one in the face. Like, can you haunt it without like physically disappearing?
Sure, why not?
Good.
So yeah, like has the paper go and hit them in the face. Like, oh, wind is strong tonight.
The wind is strong tonight. You definitely get a little like narrowed-eyed look from Lupe, but she doesn't comment. Just kind of I see you. I know what you're about, but not really. But I do.
Blink, blink, tilt head.
She'll just kind of like offer over her drink and just be like, "Here, if you want some."
can I drink? Um,
I mean, the way the book is written, most of the time you can interact with the world. So
that's true. That's a fair point. Yeah. Aster will take it. And like take like a huge slurp of it, like probably more
Stop
than you
saying
were.
slurp.
Sorry, I don't know any other words. That's the only one I ever learned. A
well,
big
if I'm
gulp.
Anya, I never learned how any words other than slurp.
I'm 28 years old and I never learned how to fucking speak.
I never learned how to not slurp someone's drink.
Yeah, it's definitely like more than you wanted her to take.
Yeah, it's fine. They've secreted away a stash. They can always go send Dawn to get more. Or,
That's true.
I
Like,
say
I
they.
feel like-
Vines is like, Dawn, go get us another round.
Yeah, I feel like there's a bar at this place, like there's drinks on the counter. It's not like I took something you paid for.
Right? No. Yeah. It's like maybe we brought some, to be nice, but also
Yeah.
she's a rich girl. She can afford having like a nice setup.
I feel like
Aster
when you
is
said
not rich.
yeah, when you said Don to get with Drake, just like, why am I even here? I'm just like,
You're the sober companion, Dawn.
You're the DD.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dawn. Like
Yeah, Dawn.
chiming in, like, who are you?
I think like Don squints at you a little bit, Asta. Like I feel like you two don't necessarily interact very often. But he looks at you and his eyes sort of sharpen a little. And because I want to give due diligence to Zachary, whose character stolen with permission, like the wind blows and you see a scar in the shape of a pentagram on his forehead briefly as he sort of walks away, glancing back over his shoulder.
Aster's smile gets wider again, like spanning far too much of her face.
Yeah. So just like Vines would be a lot louder and more chaotic if Mav had opted to play her as the focal character. It would have been great, don't get me wrong. Game would have had a slightly different tone.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of
More yelling. More yelling.
More
all
chaos.
right.
Yeah. I'd be
I feel like-
parkouring off the deck right now.
I feel like the camera follows Don down through the house, and as he passes sort of the front door, that's when it opens and a wine and Seer arrive.
Alwine's got their arm around Seer's shoulders.
Yes, good. Good visual.
And they I think they steer the both of them towards the kitchen just because like, well, we're here, let's get drinks.
I feel like it's as you step inside the kitchen, and would Wyatt be the one to throw the first punch? If this is between him and Marius, or is this just like eviscerating each other with words kind of a vibe? I don't know too much about Wyatt's characterization outside of the riot starts.
Brian says
Ryan
yes.
says yes.
All right.
Which tracks.
Okay.
Here's what I'm imagining though. Hear me out, Brian,
please.
because this is 18-year-old Wyatt. What if
Wyatt's a punchy man.
slap fight?
Okay. Let's split the difference. I feel like Wyatt gets one punch in. And like that's sort of as you enter the kitchen. And then Marius is sort of like and slaps Wyatt back, like clinging across the face, and that's when the slapping begins in earnest.
Yes.
And I feel like Sia. Oh yeah, he throws a punch. He's not good at the punch. Well, there we go. It's sort of like not. Also, Marius is a twig. And this like starts getting in, Seer just sighs and just sort of like wades in there and just sort of like slides in between this mess with some wrestling table moves and just like pushes the two of them apart. And he's just like, really looking up at Wyatt.
I think the camera pans over to Evie and Aline, and they have identical kind of impressed and slightly turned on expressions.
Oh my god.
Amazing. Marius at this point is just like, well, that's what I get for arguing with somebody like you, I suppose, and like turns the head and the braid sort of swishes, and they storm out of the kitchen.
Oh my god.
And we are left with a wine, Evie, Wyatt and Seer in the kitchen because I got to give Mab something to work with for this fic.
I think there's like several moments of silence, as everyone kind of just stares at each other, and then I think Aline just goes, well, and then they move over to the counter and start making drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're like pointing over their shoulder to Wyatt and Evie, like, what do you want?
Oh, excuse me. I know, what does Wyatt drink? I can only think of things that are mildly insulting, and I'm not sure if that's right. And I say it's insulting, like, I don't know. My interactions with Wyatt are purely based of being Juniper, who was just like, gave him no end of shit. And this is a different vibe. It's like nebulous, somewhere between 2010 2020. 20XX. Insert your sorry, Brian in the chat has asked what year it is.
He's not good at lunch.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
my
what
God.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Wyatt is removed from the party.
what is Four Loco?
Oh no.
Oh no!
What? I genuinely don't
So
know.
Four Loco is an energy drink
Oh god.
that is alcoholic.
Oh, we have some of those here. They're terrible.
Yeah.
There's one called Dragon
It's
Soup.
the worst idea.
They come in
Why would
very
anyone
large cans.
Amazing.
I always thought they tasted like, the flavored antibiotic liquid.
Oh,
God.
grim.
Not like the good pink
I
stuff
never had
though.
one.
I've never had the good pink stuff
Okay.
because evidently that's penicillin and I'm allergic to that. So I always had the gross everything else.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Jesus Christ, baby! This is the thing you need to tell me! I have to take you to the doctor where they knock you out!
Oh, well, I told them beforehand it was fine.
Jesus Christ. I'm gonna end up killing them. Someone tell me how to care for my harpy.
Evie just has vodka. Because sure. They can probably handle a lot of it. And they're just sort of hanging out, and I think they enjoyed that moment with you, Awine, of yes, our boyfriend is hot. Wait, because of this, and sort of like hops down off the counter. Evie is even shorter than Seer and
Oh
is
my
like
God.
5 foot nothing, and is wearing flats, and is sort of hovering by the door, like the back door from the kitchen out to like the deck.
Hmm.
Oh my god, is that what that beverage looks like? Is it that shade of green?
Yes.
It's the shade of regret.
Yeah, that's the color of bad choices.
You know, they make things that color so you don't ingest them.
I mean, you would think. But after you've sort of fixed the drinks, Evie will just say, right, you're Wyatt, right? And I feel like he might be a bit perplexed that they've done this out of nowhere. Like, yeah. And they're just like, come with me. And like just grabs hold of his shirt and pulls him outside because they don't want to be around a wine and Seer
Oh,
right now.
fair.
Seer just sort of sags slightly. They banned Four Loco?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they banned Four Loco, and then they reformulated it to get around the ban. They took some of the caffeine out, but yeah,
Woof.
it was bad.
Yeah.
Mistakes were made.
For the record, those of you up on the deck playing pot shots at the hot tub, Evie from your class is pulling another senior. Who's, I'd say I'm with you all the same age. Was what tall with like shaved sides and a little ponytail, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, unfairly hot.
Unfairly hot guy.
Yeah.
He's tall as well, right? Or is he just taller than Sir?
He's just much taller than Seer.
I appreciated both of those laughs.
It's just good.
It is. It's very good.
I feel like I haven't established. Violet is chilling out with those of you on the deck, just like occasionally, like idly playing her guitar.
Yeah.
She's not looking for an audience right now.
You've got us.
Yeah.
We are the audience.
Yeah. So, Wine, you and Sia are in the kitchen right now. Maybe Chanticleer sort of saunters in at some point. Oh no, maybe Az can. Like, what are people doing? We've sort of established where we lost track of Az after going to the bathroom to clean up the nose. So, all of you are now at the same party. So. I can make something happen, but I just want the option of what do you do? Because, this is a Powered by the Apocalypse game. And you ask the players, what do you do all the time?
Yeah, I would love for Az to bump into a wine.
Cool.
Because in our background questions, Az does not trust a wine and has also like been not great to them, so that's always fun.
All right. A wine. Despite the fact that you have literally gone from the front door to the kitchen at this party, you have already heard about what Az did to Parker.
Of course. Yeah.
There's some people gossiping in another part of the kitchen. Maybe it's a big kitchen. But yeah, then Az sort of like saunters in. Sachets in.
Yeah, I was about to say. Unless it's like the David Tennant saunter. Although, can you do the David Tennant saunter from Good Omens when you're wearing stiletto boots?
Yes.
No, you sachet. If you're wearing stilettos, your hips do all of the work.
I mean, I'd like to point out so does Dave Tennant's hips, but it might should be illegal.
Okay.
But
when
yes.
it's Az's hip situation.
What was that one post? Like his thighs are going through a messy divorce.
Oh my gosh.
I love that post so much.
That's
Face.
oh.
You broke Anya, congrats.
Yeah, that's just wow.
I've never seen that post and my mind is broken.
I'll tell you what it is. Like as is coming into the kitchen, you hear, on you and Sarah just like chilling for a moment, and you hear like the talking stop, and then the click of stiletto heels on a tiled floor.
Sounds like a problem.
I think Alwine times their as is walking so that right when they reach the door, Alwine pulls it open with like a really dramatic flourish and like a really sarcastic bow.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Roll shut someone down a wine. For just trying to undercut that so spectacularly.
All right. Let's see here. Shut someone down. Roll with cold. Oh, good. I'm good at that. Except I'm rolling with disadvantage because of Brian's donation. So I'm not actually gonna
burn a string because I know you've got a couple on as if you want to get a +1. Depends how much you care about the roll, I guess.
Yeah, I might spend a string to get +1. So I'm gonna roll 3d6, keep lowest 2 +1. Aha!
That's an 8. So I want to shut someone down. Choose one from below, but you come across poorly, and Az gets to give you a condition. So, does Az lose a string on you? I think Az you've got strings on a wine, right?
I believe I have one.
Okay. So the gaining one isn't an option. Az can take another condition, or you can take +1 forward. I assume against him. Oh,
Right.
wine. So, what do you want to do?
I think I want to give them a condition.
Okay, so you're giving each other a condition here. Great.
Yeah. I think I want to give him the condition. Like overly dramatic or something of that nature.
Drama queen.
Yeah. Well, the drama queen comes like it's not necessarily that because he loves drama, it's like because everyone around him acts in a very dramatic fashion because he makes them act that way. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I think so.
So I think overly dramatic.
I'm trying to see what it says about conditions. Conditions represent your character's social situation and weaknesses. They're the things that people are saying and thinking about you that shape how you're treated or even how you see yourself. They can take the form of gossip, unsavory opinions, and interpersonal labels. So yeah, examples might be preening diva, stuff like that. It doesn't mean the player thinks. That's just a thing. Just like this is not the player saying this about the character. This is
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think overly dramatic is what I'm going to go with.
Okay. And Az, what condition are you inflicting on a wine?
I think would weirdo be
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
a valid condition?
Yeah.
I think, I mean, I don't know if Az even says that in the moment, but I think that vibe immediately comes across where you both look bad in the moment. And the small group of people start going back to gossiping again. Yeah, you're both there in the kitchen, facing off, I guess. Important question: is Az and Stilettos taller than a wine in whatever shoes they're currently wearing, or is a wine taller? I can't remember if we established how tall Az is.
We did not.
A wine is probably like 5'8", 5'9", plus maybe an inch or so of boot. So
Okay, so they're probably gonna be on a level, because I was thinking like 5'6" for Az, so they're probably eye to eye.
Nice. I feel like Seer just sort of awkwardly sips his drink in the background. Just like looking marginally up at the ceiling, just like, I wish I was not here.
Sorry, go ahead, Danielle.
No, you go.
Az just looks like he sucked on a lemon and is just like, Evans.
Alwine raises their eyebrows and lets the door to the kitchen kind of close behind Az. And I think I think they say like Evans is my father. What do you want to drink?
I think Az pauses for a moment and then is just like, well, what are you serving?
Owen looks at the bar.
Realness.
Owen looks at the bar and kind of like spreads their hands, and it does like waggles their fingers because they're like looking at what's available, and they say, well, we have some vodka, and I think Vancroft brought Four Loko. I don't know where he got it from.
Oh, that was such a cursed sentence.
There's also some rum, but it's like super bottom shelf. I don't know who brought that in here, honestly. Angarad should have them kicked out. And you know, Coke,
Cocaine.
juice, orange juice. It's only orange juice and Coke. Those are the only two mixers.
Oh. Sorry, for some reason my mind was like making an orange juice and Coke.
Me too.
That is such a teenage party thing, though. Is it just like, we've got Coke to mix with it, or orange juice, nothing else? Because nobody brought anything else.
Yep. I've been to college parties.
I've been to college parties where you have vodka shots and your chaser is beer, and you're just like, why did I make this life choice? Who decided this?
I have regrets.
Yeah.
Let me tell y'all about the Thunderstruck drinking game sometime.
Oh no.
You know the song Thunderstruck? Mm-hmm. You drink whenever they say thunder, and you keep drinking until the next time they say thunder. The next person then starts drinking. One of you gets the guitar solo.
Rip.
See, I
Rip
know
that
the
person.
Ace of Spades drinking game, which is for the opening, you're literally downing a pint of beer, and then you have to put your head on top of a broom and run around a broom for the guitar breakdown in it.
Oh,
It's
I
bad.
would throw up. I get motion sick.
No, me too. I think
Yeah.
I've gotten motion sick watching people play that game.
Also, I like the idea that Aster probably can't get drunk.
That makes
So
sense.
she would rock at Thunderstruck.
Yeah.
And Alwyn kind of leans back a little and like stage whispers at Aster, like, or not at Aster, at Az. I recommend the vodka.
It would be funny if a wine lake leaned all the way out back to stage whisper to Aster. They have they're Mr. Fantastic now.
They were always fantastic.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna hang up this call. Only I'm allowed to make these bad jokes.
Yeah, they as sighs and says, "All right, vodka it is." And then because he's trying to like be impressive, he's like just straight. And then he's like, "It's the only thing I'll do straight."
So unimpressive.
he's a shitty 18-year-old goth kid with a chip on his shoulder. What do you expect?
But Carrie is so offended.
He is nowhere near Carrie's lead.
No.
Like,
I know.
Give him like another 7 or 8 years to like age like a wine, and then
No, it wouldn't work. He'd just sour.
He ages like a beer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. I just want to clarify a rule that I didn't maybe make clear enough earlier about pulling strings. You can spend a string on somebody at any time to get them to tempt them to do what you want, to give them a condition, to do more harm against them if you're trying to harm them. We do have a lash out physically rule move, or to add +1 to a roll, which we have seen. But if you want to make stuff more interesting.
Well, I think what happens is Alwyn turns back to the counter to make Az's drink. And the bottle of vodka that they use to pour Evie's drink is now empty, and so they have to like reach up to like one of the upper shelves in order to get another handle. But in doing so, one of their legs gives out from under them, and they kind of just fall over and hit their head on the floor. And they're like, oh, fuck.
Sir immediately sort of goes to help you up.
Bless.
Does he get it? Is he in the loop about what's wrong with the wine? Or is that something they've kept sort of to themselves? Because they're pretty much managing their condition right now.
I think Sear's aware that this is a thing that happens sometimes, but doesn't know why.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think as like isn't like rushing to their side or anything, but he does like kind of come over and is just like, you okay?
And Owen kind of like rubs the back of their head, and takes Seer's offer to help them sit up. And they're like, yeah, no, it's fine. I lost my balance. Which is a transparent fucking lie.
I don't have that move though.
Somewhere Adrian knows that I'm lying. I was listening to some DKPH earlier.
Me too, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think Az will push. Like he'll make a face that makes it clear that it's just like, yeah, sure. And I got a bridge in Brooklyn, but he doesn't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
He just like oh god. Does he just like step over a line to reach up into the cabinet to get the vodka?
Heard.
Of course he fucking does.
And then he pours himself some vodka, and then like he reaches for another solo cup and pours some more vodka and hands it down to Owain.
Owain takes it because he's not going to waste good vodka. And I think Seer helps them to their feet. And they lean against the counter, trying to pass it off as nonchalant, but, you know, probably doing it for support. And they kind of, I think they cheers with Seer's cup first.
Cheers
and...
with Sears. Sorry.
Good.
And then like raise their glass to Az.
Yeah, Az kind of like tilts his glass a little bit, and then like I am going to I think I'm just trying to decide. Like he's trying to be impressive, but I'm trying to decide if it counts as turn someone on or not.
Mm-hmm.
Roll with disadvantage.
I mean,
Yeah.
you've got a +2 in Hot, right? That's part of the deal with Az.
Yes.
Is like he trades on this, and it doesn't.
Yes.
It's a power play, isn't it? It's just like, yeah, I look good, and I want you to see it.
Yeah. So I think like he like throws
Yeah.
his head back to expose the line of his throat, and there's oh shit, he's totally wearing like a velvet choker
Yeah,
with
he
a
is.
little dangly silver cross
God.
pendant.
Yeah, what kind of goth is he if he wasn't?
All right. Then roll with disadvantage to turn on a wine.
Yes. I'm just.
Are you trying to affect Seer as well?
That might be an unintended side effect.
Yeah, I think Seer would be splash damage.
Oh my god.
Poor Seer is very small and very gay.
I hate that phrasing.
Slurping and splash damage are banned. Don't use them in the same sentence.
I'm gonna slurp that splash damage.
You could add a +1 and burn a string to get a partial success.
Okay, so what I would like to do, I would like to say how I bungle this so that I'm not hot at all, which is I totally try to drink. I'm expecting like cheap Smirnoff vodka, and this is obviously top shelf. So I'm not expecting the burn. So I end up I down the vodka and then just start hacking and coughing.
That is incredibly unsexy.
Yes.
Oh man, can I?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Part of me wants to do it. Do I have a move that can be like? They're the base moves, right?
Yeah. Have a quick look at those. Because you flopped that roll, August, I'm gonna inflict the condition disaster gay.
Yes.
But yes, Anya, what would Asta like to do?
I sort of want to say Aster has like wandered back in to get a drink, and upon seeing this and like knowing she can't really like get drunk, would like to try to turn someone on, and like
Power
like, to, like,
move.
she kind of just shows up behind you, and she's like on her tiptoes, leaning forward with her head kind of tilted, and like grabs the bottle, like ooh, and just takes a giant.
Move. Yeah.
The bad thing is I'm not hot at all. This is great.
You do have a string on Az, though. Do you want to tell the audience why? Considering it's one of your backstory points.
Yes, I would. So I have a string on Az because I have watched Az while he was sleeping.
Like you
because
do.
yeah, you know, I don't sleep. I need to do something. And mortals are interesting. And she was like, I feel like she probably watches a lot of people, but this is the named one. So yeah, how does strings work with turn someone on, or would I do that separately?
You can add +1 to your roll, and then you'll take the string off your character sheet. You're effectively like burning it to get a +1.
Okay, sure. I would like to do that. Does that just add to my roll, or does that make me have a 0 and hot instead of a -1? How does that work?
Yeah,
Those are equivalent.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah,
because the -1 in your hot just means you roll 2d6 -1.
Okay. So let me figure out how to make this sheet roll for me.
If you click
Hit this
on
dice.
hot,
Okay.
and it'll have a comment, and then you skip to that, and then it'll give you an option to add value.
Or you can
add
write your own comment in there, which is how we got Gaze into the Abyss.
Oh, I just saw your comment for
Oh,
Wow!
What?
No,
how
wait,
do I
no.
roll a 0?
No, you
not right.
That's wrong.
That
That's
can't be right.
I said +1.
Yeah, no. I think that's the way the sheet works, because that should be.
That looks like
it
a
would be
10.
10 -1 +1. Yeah, that's weirdly set up. No, that's a 10. Look at the breakdown of the dice roll.
You rolled 2d6
Right.
plus 0, essentially. So
Okay.
you got a 10.
Okay.
I don't know what's
Okay.
going-
That's so weird.
That is very weird.
Okay.
I rolled a 0, everyone.
Okay.
Chug, chug.
So you gain that string back. So you don't need to take that off your sheet. And as you get to give Asta another string, or you can pick one of those reactions in there. Your options. Oh no, you can say what they are. I'll leave that to you. Wine and Sir, you get
August?
to see this. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
August.
Um,
This is on Az. So yeah, Az gets to pick.
yes.
Okay.
On a 10, you gain a string, and I have to choose a reaction from the below. I give myself to you, I promise something I think you want, or I get embarrassed and act awkward.
So this is like the weird goth girl in your class who stares at you sometimes with the extra bangs. Like there are people with bangs, and then there's Asta. Asta's got a peony fringe right now. Is what's going
Yeah.
I
She does.
love her.
And
Oh.
Az just says, "Oh, this is the goth queen I've been looking for."
Aster is
mean-
just winter but creepy.
This is interesting because, like, obviously, Az is gay, so but this
Right.
hot, well, in this moment, very hot seeming weirdo girl from his class.
Aster's been dead for like years and has kind of forgot how to be a person.
Yeah, I think yeah, I think that I definitely get embarrassed and act awkward.
Mhm.
Like shit, what do I have that I can I feel like I should drop something. What do I have that I can drop?
You got your drink. If you do, you got an empty solo cup at this point, I guess.
Yeah, so I think I just like drop the solo cup and like you can't really tell that uh my face has gone red because I'm one of those like goth kids that puts on way too much like uh
Foundation, like pale.
yeah, way too much of the pale foundation.
Mhm.
But I bend down and grab the solo cup uh and without saying anything just kind of like sidle away and throw the solo cup away and flee the scene of the
As
crime, which
you
is the murder of my dignity.
Oh, buddy.
as you're like leaving the room, Aster is like still drinking out of this vodka bottle and like still on her tiptoes and like turning her head to watch you leave while chugging.
Amazing.
Creepy.
Amazing.
Oh.
That's good. Fuck. Alrighty. Where do you flee to, as? Do you head outside, by the way, or back into the house? Because we know we've established there's a door on the back of the house.
I haven't interacted with Lupe yet, so I think I'm going to flee outside so I can potentially run into Lupe.
Cool. I think while this is going on outside, because this is one thing I know about what has set the fire pit up. He found the way to make fire at the party.
Big surprise.
We love a good bonfire moment.
Get him out of here.
So over by the fire pit, you've got Evie and Wyatt. I'm trying to think if any of the other NPCs might be around at this point. Let's just say those two are there. The people have been successfully chased out of the hot tub, which might be why Lupe is willing to pay attention, or he's like aiming stuff into land in the fire pit just to see if it will ignite. So.
That's her new goal in life.
So yeah, yeah. The Violet stops playing as makes this unceremonious exit, and just like cocks a brow at you and just like, I mean, I don't think I could move that fast and he was that high. I sort of like languidly like gets up and heads inside for a little bit. So at the moment it's just
really
you there,
been
Lupe.
frightened over what was chasing after him. She just kind of got her elbows on the edge of the deck and her fingers or her chin on her fingers and is just watching.
I think you get that sort of not like the ears pricking feeling that you had in homeroom, but rather the notion of somebody being on the back foot like that blood in the water kind of a vibe. And you just sort of feel this slight nudging towards it.
She'll follow. She'll just
Does she go through the house, or does she like just hop down from?
I've been like picturing one of my friends that would have parties at her house a lot in high school. They had added on a deck to their second floor, and they had a nice outside staircase. So it's just taking the outside staircase like a normal person, and not like vines and parkouring off at the at least second floor.
Who probably yelled "coward" and jumped off it like earlier. Or...
Yeah, like to go do something, you know, definitely landed in the hot tub.
Got the
and-
visual of Vines walking through the house like shoes squishing.
Oh, yeah, she's not a good house guest.
Like just tracking water around. And actually, I think maybe you hear a bellow from indoors from Don, just like, Vines, just get a towel.
She does. No, wait, watch this. Dog shake. No. Anyway. No, yeah, I think Lu Pei will definitely just kind of like fingers trailing along the balcony, just make a very like slow study as she descends the stairs, because it's like mostly in shadows up there, you know, aside from like a few like softer porch lights. So it's just kind of like, no one can watch me, but I'll just watch them. And heads downstairs, and we've established that she and Az are not on the best of terms.
No.
So any chance that she can get to be like, I see a wound and I want to jab at it.
Casual reminder, you have that real fun move if you want to poke.
Oh, yeah. I do have uncanny voices. I can give the dark power a string in order to realize a secret about someone I'm talking to, I believe is the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Keeping it feral, baby.
Yeah. I think I would love to get some good info over Az to use to weaponize, I think is the correct term.
Yeah. Az, what does Lu Pei learn about you? A fear, desire, or strength? You choose. So.
You can reveal one of your secret fears, secret desire, or secret strength.
I'm just trying to decide if it counts as secret if they're bad, or if he's bad at keeping it a secret.
I mean, if he thinks it's a secret,
yeah, if
I'm
it's a
fine with
secret to
that.
him, yeah,
yeah, because then it is still like galvanizing to be like someone having this thing that you thought was the secret being used against you. You're just kind of like, oh, okay. I thought I was being subtle.
So I think the thing that Lu Pei learns in that moment is that Az just desperately wants to be loved.
Oh,
It's so pathetic.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
No, I mean, you're not wrong.
I think actually, I think that's what you get. Actually, you sort of open your senses, as it were, Lu Pei, and it's like something. This force within you is like inhaling, sensing the air, and you just get that information. And there's sort of this growling voice in the back of your head that says "pathetic."
Yeah.
But usable.
And she does a good saunter. She's wearing very, very practical boots, but you know, like nice ankle boots. And she does a nice saunter up and just kind of like takes up position next to Az and still has like some like leftover detritus or trash in her hands that she's kind of like tossing into the fire. Just says, "Oh, it's weird to see you without the rest of your posse."
As shit, I've got to think of how I want to phrase this.
Because I am an angst gremlin, and escalating things is fun. Asta, you and Owain are both near enough that you could exit and be privy to this at any moment, especially Asta. No, if she wanted to like just subtly like walk through a wall.
That'd be good, yeah, because Lupe seems to be the person that she's kind of getting along with most.
Mm-hmm.
So
Maybe
she'd
you
probably
even-
gravitate back there.
Yeah, maybe you feel like this slight tugging feeling like outside.
Oh. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Aster will go back.
What about a wine? Just so we've got a pin on what they're up to.
I think I think they turn around to say something to Seer, and then they turn back and Aster's gone. And the bottle is empty and they're like, man, that shit's expensive.
The bottle is still kind of like moving on the table, like they put it down and it was like circling because it didn't go down flat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Seer probably is making noises about like, is there anything I can do? Like, what do you need? And Owen's just like, some fresh air would be good. And so I think they head outside.
All right. Okay. So this is sort of on the deck area. The hot tub is probably been switched off now, but it's still lit up. There's the fire pit over to one side. And we have Lupe and Az, or like the garden sort of extends out into the darkness. There's probably like odd lights dotted around. Yeah, and it's it's a weirdly cloudless night, and just like the town I feel is sort of surrounded by enough forest that you actually get a pretty decent view of the sky, even with the light pollution from the town itself. So not quite a full moon, but it's like, was it waxing? So it's getting there.
I'm trying to figure out. Az is just so much meaner than me, so it's difficult for me to think of like cutting barbs on the fly. Maybe this is why I don't play mean people very often.
Do you want to roll to shut someone down and see how it goes, and then you sort of
good luck.
Do you? I don't know if you have any strings on Lupe, or if Lupe, you don't have any strings on Az, right?
No, I only have one over Aster, and I did not give any to him.
Okay, no worries.
Wow.
Partial success.
Ha!
You roll with disadvantage, or are you?
I used my disadvantage on turning.
Oh, that was just a
wine
yeah.
on.
It's your condition that stays. I don't know why I was thinking disadvantage stays.
Yeah. So, yep. Choose one from the list below. Again, you're going to come across poorly. So, Lupe will get to inflict another condition on you.
Jesus Christ.
How many are you at now?
I have 3.
You can do something at any time to try and shed a condition. So
But here's the problem: they're all accurate.
But yes, so you think what they say, Lupe, you can think about what condition that might be reflected on whatever August says, and everybody else hears this exchange. So
God, it's
Just bring it on. Come on, just bring on your inner mean girl. I know you can do it. You channel Carrie, but Carrie, but less cool because Az is not there yet.
yeah.
Channel your inner Draco Malfoy.
Oh,
P.S. Fuck J.K. Rowling. She's a turf.
Yeah. Listen.
And we're gonna have Harry Potter and have fun with it if we want to. And she sucks.
yes. You still get to keep this fandom if it has meant something to you.
Absolutely.
Okay, I think he says something along the lines of, "What? It's not like I need anybody's help when I'm dealing with you."
That's not bad.
She just kind of makes a very like over the top, "Oh, I'm wounded. Such a sharp barb from a dull blade." I think she walks off.
So they give you a
Condition?
condition?
Yeah. I think it's probably going to be flustered. Like
Okay.
feathers ruffled.
And I'm gonna
Go sulk.
well,
No,
I've
you
got
get
to
to
choose,
pick one.
yeah, I've got to choose between gaining a string on you or giving you a condition. Uh hmm. I think I'm gonna take a string on Lupe.
Alrighty. Do you head into the house, Lupe, out into the garden, or back up to the deck, or do you like go sit by the fire? Where do you head off to?
I think she's gonna go sit and put her feet in the hot tub, even though it's like not turned on.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. As a wine, Asta, what are we doing?
My poor weird girl might go be poor and weird.
You can come be poor and weird with me and sitting in the hot tub with our feet in the hot tub.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, Aster feels like called to follow you over there and is probably not that cool about it.
It's okay. Lupe's feeling very cool after delivering that line.
So yeah, we'll go and stick her feet in the hot tub with you.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna only ask again now because I don't know if it needs to be established. Because you do have unresolved trauma, Asta.
Yes.
I know we
I'm trying to figure out.
purposely kept it vague how she died.
I was kind of thinking drowning, honestly. Which means Water and I probably don't really get along.
Sure.
So like Aster both feels called to follow Lupe, but at the same time, like you're putting your feet in the hot tub. Which I feel like might be a trigger for her. But she doesn't want you to know that, obviously.
All right, so then, yeah, I feel like you are going to gain the condition traumatized because of that like moment. So
Yeah. I like that because I like triggering that. Yeah, I think August had initially proposed drowning, and I think I like that because it does imply the accident part. So where is it harm? It's a condition, isn't it?
Yes,
It's a condition.
Oh no! When I took projected blame, when you've got the condition traumatized, you may act as though others had the condition at fault for my death.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, because I
I
was
mean, you
gonna
don't
say
have
like,
to. You
Yeah, it does
can.
say
It's
may.
good shit. But it's
Yeah.
not
yeah.
has to.
Yeah, so I may. I don't think she does immediately. She's just like sits by you, but doesn't put her feet in the hot tub. Sorry if I said she did. I will retcon that. And like is sitting next to you, but awkwardly next to you, like far back away from the edge of the hot tub.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Lupe will turn around and just be like, are you all right? Is everything okay?"
uh, why wouldn't I be all right? Cross his legs tighter.
There was just a slight air of hesitation. I just wanted to make sure that you're fine. I mean, if you're not feeling okay, we can have Dawn take you home.
Her look softens a little bit, like, oh, that's actually a nice thing. Someone is being nice to me. No, I feel okay. Just lightheaded from the potato water.
She lifts an eyebrow and just goes, "Okay."
Like looking at you like, that's a thing humans do, right? They get lightheaded from potato water, right?
Yeah, she's just her thought process is, okay, she's just like, that's a fun nickname that people call vodka, but I didn't remember you drinking so much to become drunk, but all right. You did disappear for a little bit. Maybe you just went and drank an entire handle of vodka when I wasn't looking.
That's crazy. I would
Crazy.
never.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Alwine is up on the deck, like leaning over to Seer, like, how long do you think before she gets alcohol poisoning?
I mean, there are some small guys on the wrestling team that can put it away. I mean, people will surprise you.
No, looks at Seer. They drank an entire handle of vodka.
I've seen weirder things. Believe me. Could I do it? No, but gestures down towards Asta, who appears to be fine. Just weird.
Aster is also still sipping on another drink.
Jesus
Lord.
Christ.
This is what kids do at the parties, right?
It's what you do if you're a ghost.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. It's 2:30 in the morning.
Oh my god, Jade!
It's fine.
Maybe we should sleep so you can sleep.
Well, I'm trying to think because there's some good threads going. However, I don't think in half an hour I'm going to be able to build to a fun, satisfying explosion of a story beat. But I am more than happy to come back to these characters and pick up at as is very, very, very bad day. Co-starring Hawaiian, Aster, and Lupe.
Well, we never said the 2-player ones have to be 2-player during the week, because I would love to come back to these kids.
We can certainly do that if we want to do a cut to commercial. as it were. And I'm absolutely happy to run more Monster Hearts. And we'll leave it there for now. And we'll come back if everyone is happy for this to be a pause. If they want to establish anything before we leave these teens for the night.
Should we do like closing shots on our characters or something?
Yeah,
yeah.
let's what's that look like? In the background is playing Muse, Super Collider Black Hole, because that was what I was talking about earlier. Maybe somebody's put it on inside. It's diegetic sound.
Love it.
So we see Alwine get a text from their dad that's like, "Where are you?" And then we see them turn their phone on silent and put it back in their pocket. And they grab Seer's hand and walk over to the bonfire where Wyatt and Evie are.
Nice. Asta, Lupe, you guys are sat together.
Yeah, I think we see Aster, like, as time goes by and Lupe is talking to her, start to like soften a little bit and like maybe inch a little bit closer, but still a good like 2 feet away from the edge of the hot tub. And just like smile a little bit and continue sipping on her drink while carrying on a conversation.
Can I offer you a detail, Asta?
Yes, of course.
I like thought of you like pushing some of your hair back behind your ear, and the motion makes your fringe move, and the camera sees that Asta doesn't have normal eyes, but instead it's just the hollowed out spoopy ghost vibe.
I like that. I also like, does Lupe catch a little glimpse of that? Or does Lupe miss it?
I think it's probably like, it's definitely something like the dark power in her head is just kind of going like a beat before it happens, just say like, look and watch, and then Aster pushes her bangs out of the way.
Nice.
And so like she catches it.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah.
And as with all of your condition.
Just lying face down in the grass.
Rip.
I think as has gone to go find Mick. Because at this point he just wants to be more chemically altered because he's having a shitty time. And as he's trying to find where Mick is, which is still probably playing video games, let's be real. I think he brushes past Morden. But he's so focused on it that he doesn't notice that he's passed Morden by.
Nice. I think the camera lingers on Morden watching you as you sort of head through. All right. Well, that's been part 1 of Monster Hearts Pride. Thank you so much, everyone who has joined us in the chat. Thank you for your donations. We made $100. Hell yeah, which Mab's going to match. So that means $200 we've made tonight, which is freaking sweet. That's going to be going to an advancement project. I'm quickly scrolling through my document that I have. Yep. There's a list of other places you can donate to that Mac compiled in the description if you want to do something that's more based in your local area. Before we sign off, I just want to say Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights. And today is the 1 year anniversary of the shooting at the Pulse nightclub in Florida. And given current state of affairs in the US with the overturning of rights for queer and trans people, we just want to remember the people our community has lost, and mourn that loss and say that we stand with our community against acts of hate and violence. And fuck turfs, and all cops are bastards.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I've been Jade. You can still find me at Jade Oxford Rose. You can follow the leader at FTLcast. You can hear me doing an Irish accent, which I'm significantly better at than a Southern accent on Dumb Kids Playing Hero. New episodes released on Fridays. And playing with me tonight has been our monstrous teens. Anya.
Hey, I'm Anya. I might be a ghost in real life too. I never post on Twitter, but you can follow it. It's AKA Anya.
August.
I've been August. You can find me on Twitter at Harpydora. Yes.
Danielle.
I've been Danielle. You can find me on Twitter at RedTailTalk90. You can find the podcast that I'm usually part of, The Room Where It Happened, at RoomWherePod. And like Jade mentioned, you can find Dumb Kids Playing Hero, which is an Animorphs actual play podcast, on any podcatcher of your choosing.
And Mab.
Hi, I'm Mab. You can find me on Twitter and Tumblr at Little Lady Mab. You can check out the podcast that Jade and August and I are a part of at FTLcast. You should still be able to donate either to this fund or some other stream link that we'll have set up at some various point throughout the month if you too would like some FTL fanfic or anything else that I have listed on there. Friends of the Table, Magnus Archives, Rusty Quill, Kingdom Hearts, but also any fun stuff like this.
Yeah, to that end, next Friday, Brian is going to be running Interstitial. Got guests Riley Hopkins, Jeff Stormer, and Richard and Shannon and Mac are all playing as well. Yeah, no, I was just trying to remember. It's like, is she playing? Yeah, Shannon's playing as well.
Yep.
So that's next Friday. And during the week next week, Danielle and I are planning to make people very sad by playing Kiss Her Before the World Ends. It's as cheery as it sounds. And August and I are planning to extend some canon, possibly. So that'll be fun. We're going to be playing A Long Night in the Mech Bay, so that should be fun. And on the last Friday in June, I'm going to be playing in Dreaming Avalon with Danielle, Richard, and August. And if you've seen us play in Dreaming Avalon before, it'll be much of the same nonsense. But that's it. So good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Good night.
Bye,
Good
everyone.
night.
Bye.